One.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome, on this feel-good. The divisional round starts tomorrow, Friday, January 20th, 2023. Now we go. Football! Into a show that I think is going to have very high vibes.
Hell yeah.
Feels as if yesterday a news story broke that was potentially fodder or real or fake, nonetheless worthy of conversation, that really changed an entire vibe around the NFL community. I think everybody now, after hearing that Jim Irsay blew up Josh McDaniels' family toilet, is pumped and excited with the right state of mind to go into the divisional round where we will be able to watch 2 games on Saturday.
What?
2 games on Sunday.
What?
And by the time Overreaction Monday comes, we will know who the final 4 teams standing are. This is a massive time of year for football, and we are pumped that this is taking place tomorrow. Just 24 hours, just 28 hours and 30 minutes from right now. The Jacksonville Jaguars will kick off in Kansas City, a stadium known for being loud, a stadium that has super fans, one of them no longer there because he's currently in jail in Oklahoma because he was a bank robber to pay for being a super fan because of how loyal he is to the Kansas City Chiefs. And you get a quick taste of how loud that place is going to be before the game even starts. In the home of the Chiefs. And that's going to be the moment that Trevor Lawrence is going to be standing there, hand over heart, probably helmet inside.
Yep.
I don't know what his move is. A lot of people have different plays. I was a hand behind back, sometimes hand on heart guy. Hand on heart is for current military members or former military members not in uniform.
Yes.
That is their code. So I don't think humans have to feel obligated to have hand over heart during national anthem unless you're called to do it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Boom.
It's
in the
time.
moment, we're doing it. But I'll stand like this sometimes. Used to have the helmet here a little bit, do a little bit of a sway. Would have the hand over heart, sometimes helmet hang to the side, depending upon what it is. Whatever Trevor Lawrence's is, I'm not sure. Maybe he prays, maybe he's quiet, maybe he looks around, maybe he sings. You know, I've been next to some teammates that sing every word every single time. Did not expect it. Like third string linebacker and special teams standing next to me at the end, never going to get on camera, but we're just kind of standing there. Whole fucking song singing. I'm like, okay.
Scott loves his country.
All right.
Good pipes.
Holy shit.
Belted.
Yeah, because I could hear it, you know, so it had to give it pretty good. And there was, it felt like with this particular guy, I don't remember his first name. Last name was, I don't remember that either. He was around for like 3 weeks.
Tough.
Bad teammate. Bad teammate.
Well,
Bad teammate.
a lot of faces.
He didn't miss a word, though. Like, all 3 weeks, I stood right next to him, like, the whole thing. Didn't miss a word. I was so impressed. There's other guys that cry during national anthem because they start thinking of everything and everywhere they've been and the whole moment of what is kind of about to take place. Some people just kind of zone out, have no idea. Some people joke around a little bit. So there's some shit talking. Whatever everybody does. Trevor Lawrence, who just said, I couldn't imagine that place would be much louder than what Jacksonville was the other night whenever we came back after being down 27-zip, which is a great point. That is a moment in which you would think the people that are in the stadium would get loud, completely out of the game. Fuck it. Let's just get drunk. At least we were here. We didn't think the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to be here. We had 2 number 1 overall picks. We had the 2 first overall picks in back-to-back drafts. Our team stinks. Now we're in the playoffs. We're down 27-zip. Who cares? We're here. There's still a pool here, right?
Fuck. Yep.
Then team starts coming back. And at that state of inebriation, I assume some people are. They could get pretty loud.
Oh, yeah.
I assume there was a lot of, poor voices the day after, like I sounded after the Peach Bowl, and I bet Duval was loud. I think the way it was constructed, though, is differently than the way Kansas City is constructed. So Trevor Lawrence, who's not played there, I don't think he fully does understand how loud that place gets because they're just as drunk as the Jacksonville folk. And whenever they hit that chief, he'll be able to feel it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what Trevor Lawrence is saying is, Who cares?
That's right.
Every game I've ever played in has been loud. Okay, I'm fucking Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. He didn't say that, but I'm betting he's thinking that. But I like the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs fans are taking it personal. They're taking it as a shot. They're bringing up videos from back in the day when John Elway was asking the referees, "Can you please tell this crowd to fucking quiet it down? How are we supposed to play football with how loud these people are? The refs, can you please keep it down around here?" Like that's how loud Kansas City has been. That's what it's known for. So I'm expecting at 4:30 tomorrow kick. That fucking atmosphere is going to be electrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because they can directly affect the quarterback, the person who said, I don't think it's going to be that much louder. What is Trevor Lawrence supposed to say there, too?
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, are you ready to take on this Kansas City Chiefs crowd in a divisional round game? What is he supposed to say? Yeah, our fans are real quiet. They kind of suck. So, like, he put over his fans exactly what he's supposed to do. Chip on the shoulder for the Chiefs fans, though. Why don't we show up? Why don't we be loud? And why don't we kick off the divisional round in beautiful fashion? And after that game takes place, and by the way, we're looking at this talk to table at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt, one half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, Tone Diggs. This game was kind of, in the regular season, was the one that made the Jags say, kind of reevaluate who they were. Is that not the case last time the Chiefs and the Jags played against each other?
Yeah, exactly. It was 27-17. Right after that, I believe they were 2-7. They go into the bye week. They come out on the other side and they go, 7-1 to finish the season. Then obviously now they're here in the divisional round.
Tone Diggs, we know the Chiefs are not great against the spread.
No.
Chiefs are a team that people lose a lot of money on betting because they think that they're going to cover. And although the Chiefs get the win, this has been a story for a couple years now. Although the Chiefs get the win, they're not going to be doing like perfect football that you've seen them play for an entire game all the time, all season long. So their coverage of bets is not fantastic.
No.
But I believe they did cover, right, against the Jags? Or did they not?
I don't know what the spread was. I don't know.
I don't think
I
they
bet you it
did.
was.
It might have been like 13.
I bet you it was more than 10
point.
if one team was 2-7 at the time and the other one was
Yeah.
the Chiefs. But yeah, Chiefs are.
Still win by 2 scores. Like, the Chiefs are normally it's a weird dynamic watching that Chiefs team play.
Yeah, it's odd.
Because at any moment you can see Patrick Mahomes make a play where he's levitating on the ground.
Yep.
You can see
Kelce.
Travis Kelce get wide open, and you can see him running a circle. Right? They're doing a little ring around Rosie.
Sure.
And then bang,
Boom.
more sophisticated football play than anybody else has. Not only are they running in circles trying to get dizzy doing this whole thing, they're also running a fucking option throwback touchdown thing. Like, that's what they do. Normally close games, though. Normally, and I think the spread indicates that. I think they think 8.5 is a lot of points, though.
Yeah.
Especially for a playoff game with what this Jacksonville Jaguars team is doing. I don't want to give it too much away because we will be making our official picks later. I don't know. We watched that second half of that team play.
Yep.
They have a capability to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Chiefs seemingly keep games close. It's for one reason or another. Chiefs seemingly keep games close. I'm on the Jags right now, plus 8.5. Not the win. No offense, Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I think
slow
you guys
down.
would be okay with that anyways. But Chiefs not playing last week. Jacksonville having that moment. And then the whole thing. It just feels like it's going to be a close game. But Chiefs could also win by 50.
True.
And I would not be that surprised. A.J. Hawk will be joining us, obviously, in the second hour to chit-chat about all those games and talk about the weekend. Little Latte, Jordan Schultz, will be joining us in about 10 minutes. This guy has some news to break, he says.
Okay.
Goddamn right he does.
He has some news to break. He has some inside sources. Jordan Schultz, we do know, Lil Latte, because he is the offspring
Yeah.
of Starbucks boss.
Right.
Heir to the throne.
Yes, that Starbucks.
Yep, that one.
No, we're not talking about fake-ass Starbucks.
Nope.
We're talking this fucking Starbucks right here that has just got all of our money, right?
Well, yeah.
Amazon's gotten all of it.
Yep.
Starbucks has gotten a large portion of everybody's money.
Absolutely.
How come? You can make coffee at home. Sure you can. But can you get one that is just as consistent and as money and as whatever it is as Starbucks? No. It's just so easy, so simple, so efficient. Such a fucking blast. And his dad
Yeah.
is the one that did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
So whenever we talk to Schultz, we have to remember that because this fucking guy could be doing literally anything else he could be, anything
Yeah.
he could fathom in life.
He could be doing nothing.
4 penthouses in New York alone, this fucking guy.
Sure.
And what does he decide to do? Oh, I want to have 2 phones and be on my phone all the time, try to be a fucking insider. We respect it. We appreciate it. But just like Arthur Smith, we don't fully comprehend it.
No.
But more power to him, right, Ty?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that guy's locked in and plugged in with just about everyone because he is, like Connor mentioned, the heir to the throne. But yeah, to your point, I mean, he could be doing nothing. And he'd be just fine. He could have some C-suite position at Starbucks doing
Sure.
absolutely nothing, just enjoying his life, kind of globe-trotting, going place to place. But what is he doing? He's in the weeds. He's in the muck. He's letting us know
Drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Stories.
I mean,
bugging people that are probably family friends to be sources and
Right.
saying, hey, I want to do this. Not an easy or fun job at all being an insider.
Not at all. And then, again, he's not, he doesn't work for the NFL Network. He doesn't work for the NFL, so he's kind of, he's got to go out there and earn his own stripes, which is not easy to do.
Especially in the trust tree that is the information that gets out. But allegedly, he's got some shit today.
I don't doubt it.
Zeke, isn't that what he said? He said he got some shit today.
Oh, yeah, he said he has some stuff for you.
I bet he does.
Now, we do have to remember that the Schultz report has put us in a predicament, in a bind a couple times.
Yeah.
Throwing us
grain
in
of
the
salt.
trenches.
He casts a wide net.
It takes a lot of hacks.
Yeah.
Ton of them.
Which we appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
And I assume he does get the information from somebody. He's not just making this type of shit up.
No.
Just like baseball, you can go 3 for 10 and be good.
But there's been a couple things. No, that is not the case in the insider game. What you just said.
What?
Oh,
Cannot go 3 for 10.
I thought that was his strategy.
No. Because what I was about to say is our early introductions to the Schultz report. I think one of the first things we took from Schultz put us right into a full-on. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to go back and say we didn't.
You made that up.
We didn't create
What
that.
the hell?
And then we had Schultz on the show later, and I think from the very beginning we've been very straight up.
Yeah.
Hey, Schultz, is this real or is this not real?
Is you just fucking talking, or is this, have you heard it?
Because the first time we saw one of your tweets, we talked about it for around 15, 20 minutes or whatever.
Yep.
And we landed right in the middle of that's never going to fucking happen, you idiot tree.
This
Right.
is fake.
But I think he hits a lot more than he misses. It was just our first introduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got
he does.
Yeah, I think he does.
I mean, if he was the son of the CEO of Duncan, you could say he'd be 10 out of 10 every single time. But
That's a good point.
It's fascinating. We were wide open in that particular bucket. I don't know if we'll take anybody on, though, because I love this. This is just my thing.
Delicious.
Duncan.
People, do you drink piss? New people to the show. It's not piss, believe it or not. It's not beer either.
What?
I would be pumped, though, if I was just drinking fucking, what is this? I don't know.
30
bunch of
ounces.
piss.
A bunch of, it's not piss, exactly. I just said it's not piss. But
No,
if
no,
30 ounces of Bud Light.
yeah, if
What?
with ice in it every single day, and I was just drinking like 3 of them.
Ice piss?
It's not piss.
That would be badass if you were just drinking
That's what I
a
would
big
say.
ass thing of piss every day.
I'm not. So this
it would
is
be
not,
so cool, though.
It's not my piss. It's not Bud Light either.
You'd be like who I just learned the other day. Not just his last name. His actual name is Wim Space Hof. You've been saying this guy's.
Wim Hof.
Yeah, I thought you were just calling him by his last name. I thought his name was like Jared Wim Hof.
No,
It's Wim Space Hof.
Yeah.
I thought his
first
last
name.
name was Wim Hof too.
Yeah.
1,000,000% thought
I
it
just
was
subscribed
Wim.
to his
Same.
Instagram the other day. Man, of cold dubs on the way.
Yeah.
So you're not the only one. Me and Bruce were talking about this too. Wim Hof just created a bunch of Arctic gladiators. Like everybody's just hopping in these cold plunges
I'm
nowadays.
in.
You know who loves cold plunges?
Who's that?
Mike Posner.
You're damn right.
Yeah, he fucking
Huge
loves
cold
it.
plunges.
Dude, he's got a 10-pack, bro, too.
That's Michael.
Everybody that's getting out of these cold plunges things, these plunge, I think Wim Hof should have made one of these.
yeah.
And he's kind of a hippie, I think, if my Instagram readings are accurate
seems
of
so.
him. He's a hippie out there in the
got a
middle
beard.
of, what's the country?
I'm a new subscriber.
It's a country over there.
In Europe,
He's just jumping in lakes. He's like a hippie guy.
That
Yeah,
thing's
this dude.
Is he Dutch?
I don't
Wim
know.
Hof
No, 'cause you
feels
can't
like
trust-
Norwegian.
Yeah, maybe it was Norway. I don't know what country they went to. I watched Weatherford, Posner, and like, I don't know,
He's far.
15 other people
Gary?
go travel to Wim Hof's house. They stayed in his house, like log cabin type shit.
Of course.
And then they went into like the frozen ponds with the Wim Hof. They did the whole thing. But now it's like every human's doing it right now.
He is Dutch. I don't know if that's where they went, but
Ugh.
He's from Limburg.
Where's that?
Zito, what's that?
He's from Limburg.
Okay, I like that. Anyways, yeah, the cold tubs are crazy. Wim Hof is bananas. Nonetheless, Schultz could be doing that.
He could be.
That's what Schultz
very
could be
easily.
doing. He
Yeah.
has capability to be living that life. Instead, he's an insider. So whenever he says stuff, there's more of like when Rappaport says something, we're like, okay, Rappaport's saying this, probably coming from somebody works for the NFL Network.
Right. Yeah.
Schultz kind of an independent operator. I think he works for the Score, a couple other places. So whenever a lot more give and take with his
Exactly.
breaking news with us. Always good conversation that comes in about 5 minutes. Let's wrap up divisional round weekend because after the Jaguars and the Chiefs, we got the Giants and the Eagles, a divisional battle. 7.5 point spread feels like a lot for a division rivalry game in the divisional round. But the last time they played, it was close. Was everybody going as hard as they possibly could in that game? The Giants were benching people.
No way.
The Eagles, who knows if they went as hard. Jalen Hurts' shoulder thing. What a game. Bengals-Bills, a little rematch of what happened a couple weeks ago that ended up getting stopped early. Playing in Buffalo, not a neutral site. The Bengals fans are wondering, why is that? We don't know. The game has to be played. Also, DeMar Hamlin probably not coming out on an ATV four-wheeler or quad, depending on where you're from and what you call it. I guess updates are saying he still is on oxygen like in the morning, I think, and his lungs and his heart still. There's a lot that has to come. Is that what we read? Is that the exact diagnosis?
Right, yeah, which actually, I mean, that makes sense, with him being in the hospital as long as he was. I think it, but, from what we were hearing, it kind of made it seem like, oh, he's back in the facility, like, hey, he's A-okay, everything's good. But that does make sense. You read into it, it's like, oh, yeah, like this guy actually, like his body went through a very traumatic experience. It would make sense that he still needs, a little help before he's getting back to 100%.
Yeah, I'm sure his body's in a full shock that it's back alive, I assume. But also, who knows what damage had been done, and you got to get back and earn back and everything like that. Because it did feel like all reports were like he's back in the building. And Vaughn even said, there you go right there.
Yeah, getting treatment like almost he's getting ready to play.
Yeah, well, there was somebody in this office that thought he was playing in the next couple weeks. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Somebody said it in here, and everybody's stepping away from it. I respect it. Somebody said it over there, though, and I was like, hey, he's going to play again. That'd be bananas. But him being back in the building, great news. Sounds like for life purposes, good. Football purposes,
we're a ways off.
We're not there yet. And also, I think if you were to come out on that ATV, I assume it would be a lot of work.
Yeah, the emotion and like the
Adrenaline.
energy. Yeah, adrenaline. It might be too much.
Yeah, maybe.
But what if he was maybe sitting on top of a golf cart?
And slower.
Exactly. And
And
he
they were
wasn't
golf
driving.
clapping.
Yeah.
Everybody just agreed we're going to golf clap.
Yep.
Give him the gator.
Anyways, he's back, but he's not all the way back. Congrats to him. That's the last time the Bengals played against the Buffalo Bills. That's a 5.5 point spread up in Buffalo. Bills Mafia is going to show out. Allegedly going to be snow, even though the Bills practiced inside yesterday, and the Bengals also in the indoor facility. What's going on?
What's up,
What's
Dahn?
going on? Cowboys Niners 3.5 point spread there. A lot of people picking the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
On ESPN this morning, it was everybody with the Cowboys except for Ninkovich who picked the 49ers. And then the ESPN fan poll, Cowboys 53%. Then a couple other shows, Cowboys. Are the Niners, who are favored by more than a field goal, all of a sudden the underdogs in the public perception's eyes? It feels like that. Tone Diggs, is that what's taking place right now? How come everybody on TV is picking the Cowboys? Are we missing? Am I missing something with this Niners team?
I don't know, because the money on the book is on the Niners. And I think, I don't know why. I honestly have no idea why those people are doing it. Statistically, like the Niners have the slight advantage pretty much in every area. Plus, they have a day or two extra rest. I don't know if that matters as far as
Certainly matters, yes.
And then I believe it's the third
Traveling.
or fourth straight away game for the Dallas Cowboys. So there's not a lot going in there. Maybe just because people didn't realize the Bucs fucking stink.
Could be.
Oh, so this
part
is
of it.
more of Tom Brady and the Bucs are a good team. What Dallas was able to do to them.
We were
huh?
actually trying. We were trying to figure
Overreaction.
this out on Hammer Down yesterday. Why everyone's on the Cowboys, and we couldn't come to a conclusion there either.
I heard you and Gumpy talking this morning, and what was Gumpy saying?
He was told
I was
nobody was
told.
on the Cowboys.
Oh, because you guys were talking about it yesterday, and then everybody was telling you nobody's picking the Cowboys. Then this morning, literally on every single TV, picking games, Cowboys. So I assume that's kind of been the way that coverage has been going to this
Yes.
game too. People have probably been covering this upcoming game as if the Cowboys are going to win this one because what we were able to see the Cowboys do on Monday. I would just like to be in the camp that I appreciate the hell out of Big Mike McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
I love the Cowboys. I'm a big fan of the Cowboys doing their thing. I was supposed to be a Cowboy. Now, I was lied to by the Cowboys. Draft weekend, when I wasn't drafted to the Cowboys, had no hard feelings. I get you got to do what you got to do. And also, I'm a big fan of the way the Cowboys have treated us. They let us go into their fucking stadium and do our show, took care of us. Their stadium's beautiful, incredibly, impeccably clean.
Unreal.
I mean, it is the way they go about doing their shit, nothing but impressive.
The spectacle.
With that being said, and T.Y. Hilton's down there. It's like my guy.
Yeah.
T.Y.'s like one of my guys. Love that they signed him. Smart play. He has worked out, obviously. The Niners. The Niners are the Niners. This isn't like week 1 or week 2. This is like the Niners of the last, I don't know, 10 weeks it feels like? This team is a fucking buzzsaw. Are they going to lay an egg? Is that what everybody's just expecting, Kyle Shanahan, to lay a fucking egg, Ty? Is that what we're thinking?
I don't know. I think it's something we should keep in mind is they also beat the shit out of the Seahawks last week. It's not like they didn't look very good last week. I think a lot of people are saying, with Shanahan's offense and a rookie quarterback and Purdy, if the Cowboys were somehow, with how well their offense played last week, if they get out 14-0 or 17-0, and it's not as reliant on all these other guys, like the run game for San Francisco.
Bro, he's throwing the ball 20 yards down the field.
Exactly.
Brock Purdy has more 20-yard completions than fucking anybody else, I think, right now.
Right, yeah, and I completely agree, but I think that is the narrative that everyone's running with is, hey, if you kind of take all that away and it is just Brock Purdy not being able to play with the lead and he has to go out there and kind of be the orchestrator of winning the game for him, then maybe they run into a little bit of trouble. But again, I don't know if there's anyone hotter in the NFL right now than the 49ers.
No chance.
There's a chance we're wrong because we have been wrong a lot. Let's not, we've been wrong a lot. So
Yeah.
us acting like other people are wrong, very, very grandstanding. We're almost, you know what I mean? We're almost doing this.
Well, no.
We're almost doing this.
Well,
No.
We're almost high horsing it.
Because what did I say this morning? I hate more than anything that I like the Cowboys. Like, we are all on different pages at the moment. I believe Tony also jumped in. I don't know if he wants to now, but for some strange reason, it feels that way. But I think also what people are looking at from last week is, well, the Cowboys' rush defense is really good, whereas in reality, the Buccaneers maybe rushed the ball 14 times. So it's hard to compare the two with a weak O-line. So when you do look at the game, it's hard not to take the Niners, but I feel like I fall back into the U-Miami trap, whereas I want the U to be good. So when the U comes around and plays every year, first game, I'm betting on U-Miami because I think it's their year. But it never is.
U-Miami.
And this is the same exact Miami U, whatever. And then it's the same exact thing.
The U.
The U. And then it's the
Or
same exact
just
thing with the
Miami.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Sure. Or just Miami.
You did.
You get it. Thank you.
Sometimes
That's why I'm taking the Cowboys.
you're worried about people getting confused with Miami of Ohio, the Redhawks.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I thought you were trying to. I honestly, I was trying to piece it together there. Incredible take. You're 100% right. And I'm doing the same thing because the fucking U, whenever they're rolling, we got the people's elbow.
Every offseason. Yeah. Oh, they're going to be good this year again.
Niners are stacked at every
Speaking of Miami, they just lost number 1 corner in the country to Colorado.
Yep.
Dion.
We got him.
Game over. What a banger that was back in the day. Like, what's that,
man.
2003, 2004?
Yep,
Little flip.
He had a little bit of a run there.
he did.
I remember listening to Game Over one time before like a soccer game whenever I was in high school. It felt so cool. Come walking out. I think we lost by like 10. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is senior NFL insider for The Score. A man who, if you weren't listening just 10 minutes ago, could very easily be doing anything but what he is doing now. He chooses to try to keep up to date with all the drama and inside news of the NFL, which never stops, when he could be on a beach sipping Mai Tais every single day. For that, we respect the hell out of him. For his news, we will certainly question. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Schultz.
Hey.
All by yourself, Schultz. You're going to do the show by yourself. What's going on, pal?
I missed you guys a lot. I was thinking Miami got a little Wally Zerbiak action, the Redhawks. Nice little reference there. I like it.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. You're on your shit today, huh, Schultz? Feels like it's going to be a good feel-good Friday here with the Schultz Report. Where are you right now? You're somewhere sweet. And what are those shoes? Are those your shoes behind you?
In New York City, got my my favorite Kobe signed shoes right there.
Oh.
Shit.
That's a good one. It's a good pair. If you ever make it out to New York, maybe I'll let you borrow them for a couple weeks.
Try them on.
I need not have those shoes anywhere near me. I don't need to fuck that up. Rest in peace to Kobe, obviously. And, of course, you have – what else do we got there? What else?
Got a little Russell Wilson signed helmet.
Oh, Team 3.
Got a little Ichiro.
Good get.
He could have been a pitcher, right?
Ichiro.
Oh, yeah, I could have done anything.
We got some good stuff.
All right, just
Jeter?
some stuff, yeah.
Little
Ichiro,
Jeter.
Kobe.
Sean Kemp.
Russ.
Jeter.
Is this your office? What is this? Is this just a room? Is this a living room?
This is the Schultz Report office in the Schultz Report apartment.
In New York.
Correct.
What a stud, dude. Look at you living, huh?
Hell yeah.
Look at you killing it.
Schultz.
All right, let's dive into some news. Let's go into the office, into your workplace, and talk about
Yeah,
your news.
because I don't want my kids coming in and yelling and ruining the show. So we got 25-minute window.
How many kids?
I got 8. No, I just kidding. I got 2.
2 kids. All right, congrats on
Yeah.
that too,
Good boy,
Schultz.
Schultz.
Way to go,
Utah.
pal. All right, let's dive into it. I've been told that all of you rich, successful people fly to Thailand. Out of that, like that's what you guys do whenever times get tough. Is that true? And then also, Cliff Kingsbury going to Thailand. Is this the most hilarious thing you've ever heard? And do you know any other information on the whole situation?
So it is great. It is funny. It is awesome. He's probably sipping Mai Tais. He's got his girlfriend there. They're having a blast.
Okay.
I talked to him for about 30 minutes a couple days ago just to see not only the Thailand element, which is dope, but also what's next and what does he want to do. And what I gather was there's no question that Cliff Kingsbury wants to coach again, specifically in the NFL, not in college. But he's trying to figure out right now his options. Does it mean sitting out a year and coming back at 24, or does he want to just come back at 23 while the iron's hot? And that's the big decision he has to make. But there's no question that he wants to coach in the NFL again.
10 offensive coordinator jobs are open. You would assume that Cliff would be able to get one. He's trying to figure that out in Thailand. This is his process, you think?
I asked him, I said, how long are you going to stay? And he said, I don't know. I don't really have anything to do. And the weird part is, this is the first time in my life. Remember, he's the son of a football coach. He obviously played in the NFL. His whole life has been football. This is the first time in my life that I haven't had anything to do when it comes to being a quarterback or being a coach. And I think that's strange for him. And there is some anxiety or stress there, not knowing exactly what your next move is. But the opportunity for him to get away from it all and go to Thailand was, I guess, too good to pass up.
30 minutes he took out of a trip to Thailand to talk to you,
great.
you said?
We did a 30-minute little FaceTime. I saw everything. It's a beautiful scene. He's on a beach. He's got the whole setup. It's awesome.
Is that just something you rich folks know about? Is that something we need to invest in?
Thailand?
Yeah.
Thailand is known for the islands, so he's island hopping, which is a beautiful thing.
Really? You ever been to Thailand?
I have not, but I tell you what, Patty.
Bullshit.
No, I haven't been to Thailand. I've done Cambodia, right next door.
Of course.
The billionaire time.
You know what? You know what would be cool? A little McAfee travel show.
Okay.
You go around Asia, you go to some countries, and you teach the locals about football.
I'll tell you what, me in Japan would have been fantastic. I've been to Japan. It was awesome. They have never seen something like me before. Everybody over there had never. Me trying to chat with them, and they don't even talk to each other, let alone some big loud person from somewhere else. Like just in the subway, I was in the train trying to talk to every person there. Got a couple takers. Got a gift from this sweet old lady. It was it's so different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've assumed you've been to Japan. It is just completely opposite world than the world that we live in. Just completely opposite, and it is
clean and quiet and so respectful. There's a whole cultural difference that you can't understand unless you're there. By the way, when I was in Cambodia, they were yelling at me "Gigante" in Cambodian.
Cambodia
The
has
hell does that mean?
What's that?
Like giant, but I thought that was funny. I guess it was supposed to be an insult.
Oh, look at you, Schultz!
Big
Laughing off the locals. You can't hurt me. We're in Cambodia. There's nothing to do. Okay, happy you had a 30-minute convo with Cliff Kingsbury live from Thailand. Now, I'm being told via your Twitter account and also ZD, who has been in constant communication with the Schultz Report, you know some Tom Brady stuff. This would make sense because just like Cambodia and Thailand, you're up in that Tom Brady world.
that's right.
What are you hearing?
Great
What do you
point.
think is going to take place? He's definitely not retiring, right? Or is that a real option?
I don't think he's retiring, but that's not. I haven't spoken to him specifically. I did talk to someone very close to him, and what I gathered was this: he wants to take a month or two to really evaluate everything he has, and that means on the field, off the field. I think there's a couple things really important to consider. Number one, his family. He has 2 kids residing in Miami. He has 1 residing in New York. So you think potentially Dolphins or maybe the Jets. Obviously, he's been linked to the Raiders, the opportunity to reunite with Josh McDaniels. And you have Devontae Adams there and Waller. Maybe they extend Josh Jacobs.
Renfro.
And then, there's the elephant in the room, which is a 10-year, $375 million contract waiting for him at Fox. So he has all these options. He's obviously 45 years old, but he's not your average 45-year-old. He still feels like he's probably 30. And I think he's going to have to really understand within, and this is something only he can do, what do I actually really want to do? And based on what I've heard, I would be surprised if he retired. But again, I haven't spoken to him, so I can't speak to that.
Okay. Tom Brady, 10 years, 375. That's the actual numbers. What all will he be doing for them?
Well, he'd be basically, I think he'd be in a similar role to Tony Romo, but also maybe you put him in studio. And it's
Didn't
like
they say ambassador to the
Yeah.
league? Were they planning on
Ambassador to the
traveling
league.
like Germany and stuff like that too? Like what
right, he'd go to all the NFL Europe events. Maybe look, the bottom line is like
That's a
he
good deal.
can do
You're
whatever
just
he
making it up,
wants.
but-
If you talk to enough former players, they'll tell you, as Patty, you know, the thing you miss the most is the guys and the camaraderie, not necessarily the everyday grind of football, but you miss those guys and those experiences. And you don't get that in the booth, but you do get the money and the lack of stress. You don't have to be living in the facility, basically, which is what he does, 18, 20 hours a day. So to me, like, he has two great options, and maybe he doesn't want to broadcast. That's a standing offer. It's not like he has to take it right now. But I do mention the Jets because I haven't really seen anything anywhere. But the opportunity for him to go to New York, bring the Jets a winner for the first time since Joe Willie in 1968. They have a good roster. They're really just missing, obviously, an OC and a quarterback. He could win there.
The Jets, same division as the Patriots. At Boston Connor, if what Lil Latte is chatting about right here, Schultz report, Tom Brady to the Jets, how would you all react? You'd be pumped that he's back and still playing and thankful for all those parades he gave you and the greatest times of your life? Or would that be something that's almost unforgivable up there, or do the Jets not matter?
Jets do not matter. Josh, it's the Josh Allen in the Bills division. We're not looking at the fucking Jets, whether Brady's playing there or not.
All right, let's move.
Wow.
Yeah, Schultz, that's what we're dealing with up there. That's
True.
it right
That's
there.
that Boston
True.
shit.
True.
I got to tell you, I love that attitude. They haven't mattered in basically 5 decades. But if he did go there,
Sanchez.
Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, good young offensive lineman, and Vera Tucker on his blind side. There's a lot to like.
Coming off
And
the
also
Cowboys, yeah.
defense,
Yeah.
great.
Defense is really talented.
Schultz,
I mean-
what are you hearing about that place whenever Zach Wilson was no longer the starter and everybody celebrated? There's like a new report coming out that Zach Wilson's
Yeah.
hated more than we could have imagined. Everything we were potentially thinking was taking place.
Yeah,
It's that
it's worse.
plus some. Yeah, it's almost worse. CJ Uzama told him something, I guess, allegedly in this new report. We don't know if it's true. His dad even reached out to him and was like, what are you doing? I guess. Is that all factual? Have you been able to hear anything about that?
Yeah.
And if Tom Brady was to come in there, it's almost set up for like
Yeah.
a team ready to almost rally behind somebody. Not that Tom's going to. We don't think Tom's going to the Jets.
No, I'm just.
Schultz
I'm-
does.
I'm-
But if
no,
it's,
I'm just floating it out as a realistic possibility, especially considering his son lives in New York, which is important to him. So, but there would be a mutiny if Zach Wilson was QB1 again. It's not going to happen. I don't know if they're going to trade him. They've said they're not actively going to. They're not going to get a lot for him. But I can tell you, and speaking to some players on the team, his approach or lack thereof was not well regarded. There's some Kyler Murray to that situation where everyone knows this guy's super talented. He could be the franchise,
Is he?
but you want to see a lot more. And whether it's late to meetings, screwing around in meetings, not having the right attitude, that's what I've gathered.
late to meetings is a big problem.
Big problem, especially when you're
Quarterback.
supposed to be the face of the franchise.
Yeah. So that news, I don't think I had heard that yet publicly. If that's actual, that's massive. Just as somebody that was very fortunate to be in a lot of those, and
And see how it's done right.
well, not only see how it's done right, but what happens when somebody shows up late to a meeting. Like when somebody shows up late to a meeting, the immediate reaction from everybody in the room is just like, "Come on, guy!" Like, and depending upon who it is. If it's the quarterback of the team, I couldn't even, because everybody else was able to make it on time, right? So we're all able to make it on time. It's a priority for us. So unless something happened in which you had, I don't know, a car accident, which we are very sorry for and we would like to help however we can help, something along those lines, if it's just like, oh, I overslept, it's like, we're all fucking tired, bro. Like we could all be here. That's a big thing, especially from the quarterback position. We had heard that potentially happening around other teams, and it was fucking get them out. If that's happening, like get it. I could see why the team would react the way
100%.
they would react.
Yeah.
Ty, your
And,
question. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. If you want to chime on something.
Well, I was just going to say on the flip side, you have Daniel Jones, who's a consummate pro. And, even when he was struggling those first couple of years and things were looking like maybe they could go sideways, he was still prepared and on time. And that's all you want, because a guy is gonna struggle early at the quarterback position. But if he's there mentally and he's emotionally connected and locked in, that's all you really want.
And people are going to sleep through alarms. That's going to happen. But if it's like a thing, like, hey, this guy is late to meetings, it's like, fuck this guy then.
Yep.
Why he's obvious. Because if you're missing meetings or late to meetings, I assume there's a chance, and Dahn alluded to this, for people that get bad grades, guys that get bad grades, you can't trust them in a big moment to remember. Like, the little things show up when they show up, right? Little things lead to the big things. So, like,
Right.
if you're not willing to show up on time for a meeting, and
Something small, right?
yeah, like that's an indicator almost. So like, hey, whenever you really need this fucking guy, will he be there for you? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. I had not heard that about Zach Wilson. That certainly makes a lot of sense with how everybody has treated him over there. Ty has a question for you, Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz, what are you hearing about Sean Payton? There was the report came out that he's looking for 20 to 25 million a year. Obviously, Denver more than willing or more than capable of paying that. But then we also heard about his comments about Kyler Murray, kind of speaking glowingly of him in the pre-draft process before Kyler got drafted. He potentially is going to interview in Arizona. His interview with Carolina got postponed. What are you hearing about Sean Payton? Is there a chance he takes a job in this offseason, or is he going to wait another cycle and maybe see if like Brandon Staley gets fired next year?
Yeah, for those who don't know, his interview was postponed. You mentioned the car accident, devastating, with one of the Charlotte soccer players. David Tepper also owns the Charlotte FC soccer team. That meeting will happen, I'm sure, next week, but for the time being, that takes precedent. In terms of Sean Payton and the Broncos, what I'll tell you is Russell Wilson likes Sean Payton. They have spent time together. They've talked. There is a real synergy there that you could see working out both short and long term. There's also the fact that Sean Payton took Drew Brees, a cast-off, in 2005 from the Chargers. He should have been a Dolphin. That's a whole other story. But he takes him and becomes one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, not just of our generation. Obviously, Brees and Wilson have some similarities in stature. Both, at least in their prime, throw a great deep ball. Payton talked about I think it was with Colin Cowherd, about the opportunity for him to take 20 or 30 of Russ's best plays, specifically naked boots, and replicate that in Denver. And Russell wants that. He wants an offensive coach who is going to hold him accountable. And I don't know if that ever would have happened with Nathaniel Hackett. So you think big picture, Sean Payton, he's someone that could not only help Denver short term, but also help them build. The asking price is enormous. It's at least one first-round pick. I can confirm that he wants at least $20 million a year. But that's also the going rate for a top-tier head coach. I mean, Belichick's making 25. So you can understand why he's asking for that. Somebody's going to pay it to him. David Tepper, the Panthers owner, would go all in and basically do anything that Sean Payton wanted to get him. That's how badly the Panthers want him. The question is, can they pry him away from Denver? I think those are the top two. You mentioned Arizona. With Kyler getting hurt and potentially missing all of next season or a great portion of it, I think that's a longer shot to me, and I think Houston still feels like a longer shot to me.
Is Carolina going to send somebody in there that's not allowed to be in there for the interview with Sean Payton? I mean, TBD. We'll keep an eye out for that whole thing.
That was brutal.
That is brutal.
I think not good.
I think Bill makes $21 million. I think is what Bill.
Is that what it is? I thought it was 25. Okay.
But he makes what, $1 million more than whoever signs the next deal. So if Sean Payton was to come in and get $25 million, which we talked about very early in the process about how the Broncos, with no salary cap on the coaching salaries, the Broncos, with the richest owner in the league, have a massive.
It's a total non-factor. Whatever he wants financially, yes.
That's what I'm saying. But that's a massive advantage over everybody else. A lot of other owners cannot keep up. Like if Sean Payton goes, I want a 10-year, $250 million contract. The Broncos are really the only one that would be like, and Tepper, I guess, who's the second richest.
Tepper could do it.
And Kroenke could do it in L.A. There's a couple, I guess, that could or would do it. But that resets the whole market. So now every other team is having to do a lot for – I mean, it's a game changer there. You have Russell Wilson's autograph on a helmet right over your right shoulder right now in your office in New York. So whenever you start talking about Russell Wilson being similar to Drew Brees and his top 20 to 30 plays and Russell Wilson wanting accountability and a coach that makes him better, it sounds like you have a really good feeling about that because the conversation was like Kyler? If Sean Payton's to go there, is that something that Kyler would want? If he was to go to Houston, he's able to pick any quarterback he wants pretty much with what they got coming up. He'll be able to mold that. Russell Wilson, we didn't know if he would be a guy that would want Sean Payton. You're saying yes, because we've heard Sean Payton's a little bit of a hard ass, right? Like he's an accountability. Yeah. We're going hard. We're going to perfect this. And obviously the results come afterwards, and everybody loves him. All his players love him. But is Russell would love that, you're saying?
He wants it, and I think he knows he needs it going into his mid-30s at this stage in his career. I think he knows he needs someone like Sean Payton that, A, is a great offensive mind, but B, is going to actually make him do the things that once made him great. And Nathaniel Hackett was never going to do that. And you tell me, Patty, when you have a coach, especially one that's won a Super Bowl and is established like Sean Payton, if he's a pain in the ass and he's a dick, if you know you're going to get better, you're going to do those things because you trust that it's ultimately going to pay off.
You know, you're a former college athlete. If the coach has a resume, you'll do all the bullshit. All right, it's just like Bill Belichick.
You're going to buy in just blindly.
Yes, this is the Bill Belichick coaching tree thing.
Hell yeah.
Where the coaches from the Bill Belichick umbrella go somewhere else, try to act like Belichick, and all the players go, you're not fucking Bill Belichick. You've won 0 Super Bowls as a head coach. So all your bullshit you're doing, 6:30 a.m. rookie practices like Mangini was doing in Cleveland, going full pads like every single day because we got to set a culture. If you win, you'll be able to do that forever. You lose, though, the whole place. Fuck you.
That's the blind buy-in. You're absolutely right. They didn't have that in Denver.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned former Belichick disciples, whether it's Bill O'Brien or Cornell or Weiss, guys they didn't have that blind buy-in that someone like Sean would have.
Which you need to have success. Connor has a question for you, Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz, what are we hearing on the Lamar Jackson contract? Is there any chance that gets done and he gets, $200 million guaranteed? Or are we looking at a franchise tag and then this contract conversation continuing for another 2 years?
I mean, first of all, I can't think of a more disappointing situation or frustrating than the Ravens. You fire Greg Roman, who, say what you want, had a lot of success. And now are you going to bring in someone that Lamar is going to help advise you on, which is what John Harbaugh said? And are you going to bring in someone that has a similar philosophy, which is run game, power game? Or are you going to just say, screw it, let's throw the ball around the yard 35, 40 times a game? So that's one unknown. Having Lamar have input into it is a positive. Make no mistake. The problem is that they weren't even close less than a year ago on finding a number. They were way apart. He saw what Deshaun Watson got, that 240. He wants that similar type of guaranteed money. Me personally, I'd give it to him. He just turned 26 this month. He's a former MVP.
Why don't you give it to him then? Schultz, why don't you tell Baltimore, here's $230 million. You can give it to him. Why don't you do it, Schultz? Why don't you be a good guy? Sell some of the Starbucks.
Yeah. Just do it, Joel.
Help the league. Help the league.
Why do I come on this?
You just said I would pay him. You just said it.
So do it.
If I were Eric DeCosta and the Ravens, I would say it's not the perfect situation, but what's our alternative? They were a Tyler Huntley sneak away from beating Cincinnati and going into the AFC Divisional game. They have a very good roster. Great linemen. I think Bateman's going to be a good player. Andrews is terrific. They're set up to win. To me, you have to bring him back. If I had to guess, I would say a tag. But the opportunity to make a trade to me seems pretty far fetched, given that they know they can win right now.
What was the percentage Harbaugh said yesterday? 200%.
200% chance that he'll be the quarterback for the Ravens next year.
That's what Harbaugh said yesterday.
I would guess a tag today.
Well, it'd have to be the exclusive tag and not the non-exclusive tag.
So nobody else can come in.
Yeah, because the non-exclusive tag, which is I got non-exclusive franchise tagged. I just learned a couple of weeks ago. That happened years and years ago. Everybody else did. You can trade 2 first-rounders at least and then get that person. If Lamar was non-exclusive tag, which is the average of the top 5 salaries at your position over the last 5 years, is what your 1-year contract guaranteed is worth. Everybody would be sending a couple first-rounders to try to get Lamar Jackson with that salary, whatever it is. But the exclusive franchise tag, which rarely happens from what I'm gathering, is the top 5, average of top 5 salaries of this year of this year, not over the
this
last
year.
5
Oh,
years.
okay.
So that's why it's probably a $10 million difference, $15 million difference in the whole thing, but can't get traded for, right? Has to remain there locked in. We're telling you this information, I guess. So those are the two.
I didn't know it was this year. I didn't realize it was this year specific.
Learned that last week from Rap Sheet. When he said it, I was like, oh, shit.
Thank you,
know
Ian.
that.
I'm going to send Ian a text saying great info. Thank you.
I'm sure he'll send one back thanking you for the great info that you've given him, right? I'm sure that happens.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hell yeah.
Attaboy, Schultz.
I gotta tell you, I come on the Pat McAfee show and I learn about the contracts. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because OBJ was going to the
Yep.
Rams.
Right.
That is right.
No,
Yeah.
That is
Tone
right.
has a question for you, Schultz.
Gordo, I don't know if this is out of the news cycle or not, but billionaires talk to billionaires, so there's probably no better person to ask than you. What did Jim Irsay do in McDaniel's bathroom, and did he just plaster the walls with a bunch of poop?
Oh, I don't know what he did. Whatever it was really bad. I asked a couple people, have you heard any more of this? Nobody really knew. It was really strange to come from the wife because she has no incentive to make that up. So whatever it was extremely strange behavior. And it's Jim, Patty, you know.
What if he was taking a shit, Schultz? What's so strange about that? What's so strange about taking an hour-long shit? Actually, it was probably a 25-minute shit.
Sure, yeah.
The other 35 minutes was him trying to regain feeling in his legs because he probably fell asleep.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you want from the guy?
I just think of the movie, because I was watching it last night. It's not a great movie, but there's a couple of great scenes. I just think of the movie Along Came Polly.
Not a great movie.
Schultz.
No, it's a-
Come
it's a-
on,
no,
Schultz.
Come on, Jordan.
Schultz, you
Rain
fucking
Man.
pump the brakes, pal.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's a great film.
Rest in peace.
Not critically
Not a great
acclaimed,
movie.
but
I thought
I
he was
love
going
it. I
after
was
Dumb
watching
and
this
Dumber.
last
Me
night.
too.
I was watching it,
Cool
and
vibe.
he's in the shitter at Jennifer Aniston's place for whatever, 30 minutes, an hour, and I just think Jim Irsay doing that.
Bingo. Yeah, so there is precedent.
Right.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
saying he was doing drugs in there. Like, we posted it on Instagram, and Casey, our TikTok real guy, edited it great. He went with the Dumb and Dumber movie scene, obviously, when Harry's
I saw it.
blowing the thing up or whatever.
Yeah.
And everybody in the comments like, he's blowing rails in there. It's like, okay, respect. I am not a cocaine person. Believe it or not, I have known people that are.
Mm-hmm.
They're not hanging in the bathroom for an hour giving a whole sign that they are doing it in the bathroom. That is
No.
a
It don't
Get
take
in,
long.
get out.
that is a
Yeah.
Deal?
that is a quick operation. Now, I don't think that's ever been Jim's. I don't know. Maybe he was in. What if he was in the middle of FaceTiming a lady that was in his life, and they were having a conversation or something like. There's.
What if he was calling Pat?
He was not calling me. Maybe he's a voice guy though.
Voice memo.
Text.
A text voice text.
Oh yeah, I love my dad. You know who does that is the Big Pops HS.
Okay.
My dad does that.
So you know
So-
everybody that I talk to,
I hate it.
you know the only people that do that are all the. I think it's all. Everybody I've encountered that does it is super fucking
High up there.
high-end human beings, and they
I
just
don't like
come-
it. I don't like it at all.
Why do they do it? You think because it's not on the record, but your voice matches it to them. Like a text, they can say almost like "I got hacked." The voice thing, it's like maybe that's why they're doing it because they want the person to know that this is coming directly from them.
Yeah, and deep fakes now they could also do the whole entire. That wasn't me either. You know that my
Pat,
phone
you're
got
about
hacked.
3 years of game day away from that.
From what
From being that guy where you have to do it.
you think?
3 years.
Maybe 5.
5.
I think it's the other way, Schultz.
What does this guy think? I don't know how that goes. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it, but it's because as soon as you let go, it sends.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah,
stop
I
doing
hate it.
It's
I
a
hate it,
tough-
the whole thing.
Tone, it's a tough thing because I've tried to respond to. Should I even say? If I say it right now, people would think I'm named.
No, tell us.
No.
I want to know.
I don't want to do
Well,
it.
the
I don't wanna-
voice to text is the way to do it now because the technology
Correct.
is so good with it.
It's like 97%, and
I'm
you
not
don't
saying
have
it.
to have your voice on. There.
I am not saying who did, but the first time it came through, because I'm a big documentary guy. I want to learn about why people are the way they are and what makes I want to know why the greats are great. Like I enjoy that whole thing because everybody seemingly has a chance to do a lot of different things in life. I don't think everybody's built to be a basketball player. I don't think everybody's built to do, but I think there is a way to get to the top. And learning about a lot of people that make to the top is fucking fascinating to me. I enjoy it. I love it. So whenever one of those people blindly, I get this thing that I don't get from anybody else. And then I listen to it and it's the actual person. The moment is, oh shit. So I think like, oh, they must do that because they want the oh shit moment. And then somebody else that I meet does the same thing that's pretty high up. I'm like, everybody that seems to be at this level is doing the same thing here. So I'm naturally like, is this what I wonder why that happened. Does your old man say why? They just tell me it's easier whenever I ask them why they're doing it. But that's just like, I feel like a decoy. Like, oh, it's just easier to do. Why do you think it happens up there?
I think I think like those, maybe not octogenarians, but once you hit like the 70+ range, none of them are digital natives, and the opportunity for them to press the button and talk, it's so far fetched from their like childhood days. It's like incredible technology to them. That's my take.
So they're just
they can't believe what's actually happening.
Okay.
That makes sense, actually.
All right, that makes a lot of sense.
They hate typing.
Yeah, probably bad texters.
They hate typing.
Thumbs sore,
They're not
probably.
good typers. They type slow.
That's probably what.
If you're like my pop, you got this little baby phone. I don't get it. It's so small, which is even harder to type.
Yeah, but it only has like 4 buttons, right? Like you need to call home, call the ambulance.
Right. Yeah.
And then
call ambulance.
I've fallen.
Ice.
Yeah. All right, Schultz. Anything else we're missing right now going into the divisional round that we haven't talked about?
I would tell you that as great as he's been, Daniel Jones, I think he's only getting better. And I know that now is the hot time to say that. One of the few things I've been right about in regards to the NFL this season was Daniel Jones and the Giants exceeding expectations. And the reason I thought it was because I not only is it obviously Dayball and Martindale and all these great coaches, but Jones, he's I spent some time with him and the team earlier this season because I wanted to understand why they were having the success. Forget the on the field, but like where was the trust coming from? And what I gathered was it all comes back to this is the first coaching staff that they've ever been on that's actually going to hold them accountable, that they respect, and most importantly, DJ is the guy. He's the leader. And even before he was playing really well, they were like, this is the guy. He's going to do it for us. And that's really cool for me because he was shit on for 3 or 4 years, and they didn't pick up his 5th-year option, which I understood. But now you're seeing why he was such a hot commodity coming out of Duke. Great deep ball, great athlete. He's obviously not turning the ball over, just 5 picks. So I'm excited for him. I talked to him right before the Vikings game. He was super confident, and that's obviously guys are confident, but there's a certain swag to him that is understated. It's not quite a Josh Allen swag, but he has it, and it's cool to see it come out.
I don't think you should be texting people before games. Schultz, just
no. I was on the field. I talked to him. I was.
Schultz! Sorry, I should have. That's on me. I should have known that you were going to be there.
It's him. It's Hodgins. It's all these guys that are stepping up that maybe you wouldn't have thought. It's pretty cool.
What do you think about his deal that's inevitable, I assume? Is he going to be team-friendly deal because of how the first 4 years went? But I think if he was to hit the open market right now, there'd be a lot of people that would be in the Daniel Jones market.
I think the Giants need to go above what they even think might be the number. Like, I think they need to go higher because someone else, and I'm assuming they're not going to tag him. Maybe they tag Saquon. But if the Giants don't give him a huge number, then someone else is going to come over the top and take him.
Absolutely.
So, it shouldn't be team-friendly. I don't think it's going to be team-friendly necessarily. I think he's going to get what he deserves, which is a significant top 5 contract.
And Mara is on the record of hanging out.
Go
ahead. Hold on. When Mara was coming out and saying that he was tired of explaining why his team stunk to his friends, is that like you and your dad and them? Is that what it is?
Is Mara saying that to Howard?
No, like Mara said publicly. He said he was sick and tired of having to explain to his friends why his Giants stink. So that's why he invested big money in Galladay. That's why he invested big money. They were spending money. They were making big changes because he was tired of having to say his team stunk, especially in New York, New Jersey, with all the bazillionaires that are hanging around. Sure. Your dad's one of those people that were like, hey, your team fucking sucks. We just opened six Starbucks in 4-block radius in New York. Well, your team's on the playoffs again. Okay, is that what's happened? Did your dad dunk on Mara so hard that he decided to invest heavily?
No, Howard's too big of a Giant fan and too respectful of that organization to shit on them. Why? However, he would say to me, why can't we win some fucking games?
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, a lot of people are asking that question for a long time. Now that you are winning, you would assume Morrow would want to continue to do that. Pay that man his money. The tag on Saquon makes sense because the running back market is what it is. Saquon will have another big year, get paid, hopefully.
Yep.
He deserves it. We appreciate the hell out of you. Have an incredible day in New York with your kids.
I love you guys, man. It's always a great pleasure, and I'll see you in Indy for the Combine.
Oh, yeah, of course. Can't
go.
wait.
Yeah.
Do you need
go.
do you
Little
need,
hoops.
do you need an office in here or anything? Do you need a desk? Do you need anything for the week?
Maybe a desk, and maybe I could get a little horse game in with you.
Okay, we'll play a little horse if you want.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Okay. Oh, probably. Schultz, college basketball player. Let's not get
that's
crazy.
right.
That's a good point.
There was like hours and hours and hours of a day through his 18 to 22 where people were teaching him perfect form.
That form's tough, though.
Always have to take that into account. When you're playing against somebody in golf that played high school golf,
Yep.
Sure.
there was times in this person's life where hours and hours and hours were spent on trying to be good at this, so they can always rely upon that whenever they're struggling. I don't have that novelty with basketball per se, but you ain't making a shot from up here, bro. Schultz, you ain't.
No way.
Schultz, you ain't making a shot from right here.
They used to call me Satellite.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Why is that?
Satellite.
I love you guys. I'll
Hey,
see
you
you
too,
soon.
ladies and gentlemen. Schultz report.
Yay, Sunday!
I don't know how he operates, who he is, what he is, but I enjoy talking to that guy.
Yeah, it's a nice guy for him to check in on Cliff for that half hour, too.
30 minutes while he was over there in Thailand.
I love Schultz. I don't know if I buy that.
Hey,
What?
Cliff's trying to get away on vacation. He'll want to talk to me for a half hour.
Oh, there's a chance, though, once you go on vacay for like a few days, you do kind of get a little antsy.
Yeah.
That might be happening to Cliff.
Yeah, when you're in football for that long, too, like he laid out, his dad was a coach, he played, then he was a coach. He might be a little antsy.
You talked to Schultz report for 30 minutes the other day.
Yep, we got to know.
Have to.
Oh yeah, this will be
Now,
huge
if
for
he
everything.
says who,
Boy,
not good.
This will be huge for
tough
everything.
day for Jordo.
Every part of the combo is now in question.
It is.
Yep.
Cliff Kingsbury might be on his 10th Mai Tai of the day in Thailand. He doesn't even know that if he responds. I'm not assuming he will respond. I'm assuming he will not respond. He's on vacation. I feel terrible for doing that. But if he responds, who?
What?
It's 1 a.m. there.
What if you get a voice memo from him?
No response, obviously.
It's 1 a.m. He might be sleeping.
We got a couple hours left here.
Yep.
We got a couple hours left here in the program. It's 1 a.m. over there? Oh, no.
Shit!
In
We're not going
Thailand?
to get an answer till the weekend.
Is he in Thailand, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in Thailand.
Yeah.
Not Cambodia.
Cambodia has delicious cuisine, by the way.
And you watch that on Docs or Food
No, there's a
Network?
guy on the south side called
Cambodia.
Yeah, Kitchen Cambodia. Catman Dan. He fucking makes a
Catman Dan?
delicious Cambodian food.
Just a delicious Cambodian food.
I mean, I've eaten there but there's one treat where they put wontons on top of some Cambodian chicken inside this wrap.
Why didn't we ever go there? What happened?
You had the wings before. The wings and fried rice, unbelievable.
I don't remember it.
It's right across from the comma.
Yeah, it's right on the corner.
Oh, okay. That's
Going there pretty late.
that was
Oh
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Good for that Catman.
Catman Dan.
Smart.
Pittsburgh is such a fucking movie at about 1:30 a.m. to about 4 a.m. I don't know if it's still like that though. You think it's still like that? A lot of people in Pittsburgh, do they still do it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Southside still? Southside?
Different parts.
Oh, it's picked up and moved?
Oh.
Well, it depends on
Southside is where Aaron Donald saved a man's life.
Yeah.
That's right.
And they were suing him.
Yep.
Remember?
Yep.
That's Pittsburgh. That guy could have died out there.
If it wasn't for Aaron.
Legit.
a lot more North Shore, Lawrenceville, Shady Side.
Is Plum North Shore?
No.
No, Plum's
East
East
Hills.
Hills. East Hills.
That's right.
North Shore's where a stadium is and casino.
Which there's never used to be any bars or anything like that. Now they've built it up.
Downtown used to be pretty dead too. Nobody would really go downtown. Now there's just after hours bars in downtown. I don't know if that's still the case or
believe
not,
so,
but
yeah.
that's kind of become like all the after hours.
They got
bars.
rooftop
That
bars
gets
there now
rowdy.
too.
You go into downtown Pittsburgh, bar closes. We don't want this to end. Of course we don't. Let's go to an after hours bar. I'm a member. Driving into downtown Pittsburgh, I'm like, what are we? We're going into Pittsburgh?
What are we
And then we go to this basement. It's just fucking.
You got to be a member for the after hours places because it's
Normally
not
it's-
legal in PA?
I don't know.
No, yeah, you can't be open past 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's a fucking social club.
Because that's how mass is. Okay. So
We had a.
So there are free drinks then, right?
what
Yeah.
ethnicity was the one by our house?
pay a monthly fee.
Wait, which one?
Was it Romanian or? Can't remember.
The Castle?
Polish? Was it a Polish one?
There was a Polish one.
Maybe it's that one.
The Polish Social Club. Good times.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
Catch
sweet.
only.
Good times.
Good
Good times.
sausage.
Good times. A lot of Pittsburgh talk here on this Feel Good Friday. Let's get out of it.
Well,
Let's get to a break. Hour 2 will be on the other side
fun talking about our homeland sometimes, you know.
with a massive Patriot logo right across your forehead.
Mm-hmm. Born and raised.
In
Plum.
Plum has a bocce team. Let's go.
Not
Hell
just,
yeah.
not
Hell
just
yeah.
a bocce team, the bocce
The
team.
bocce team.
We found out that our high school has a bocce team. For those of you that don't know what bocce is, we know that you grew up around no Italian people.
Read a book.
Plum has a bocce team. This is long overdue.
Very,
How come
very-
there was not a Plum bocce team
Great question.
whenever we were in high school?
Great question. Definitely would have participated.
Would have ran the table.
We would have had 17 teams
Yeah.
with how many fucking Italians running around our high
Might
school.
have just been your league.
Might have just been an inner
Yeah, it would have just been inter school.
Plum High School bocce
Yeah,
club.
win the state tourney every year.
Fun fact about the DiGiulio family. Coach Diggs is the president of the Italian club
Yes.
in our hometown.
Thank you, Coach.
And also, he's not coach of the bocce team.
No, I don't believe so. But he might be looking into it, so I don't know.
Should be.
Because he just found out, too.
Yeah, we just found out about this bocce team on Instagram real quick, and we're like, we got to fund towards the high school for athletics to buy new stuff. And it's been awesome. It's been a cool experience. The bocce folks got some we need to get them all pinky rings.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be
Jumpsuits.
so sweet.
Whole team needs that pinky ring
Jumpsuits
stat.
for sure.
We got shell toes
Yep.
coming on.
Yep.
Whole thing.
Yep.
Some necklaces.
Hell yeah.
Couple cartons of cigs.
Hell yeah, Nick. Maybe we give them some Italian speaking stuff too, so they can just walk out there and go, go onto the gym floor.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that.
Some Rosetta Stone.
They're playing bocce on gym floor.
Can't have that.
We gotta change that.
They just play.
Hey, someone
they
playing
should just play at the
basketball?
Italian club. I don't understand why they don't.
They're doing bocce on the gym floor. I'm sure the basketball team is too happy about that. They're probably stepping in craters.
How far is the Italian club?
Just like most things, 10,
Yeah, not even.
probably 10.
Minutes?
Oh, that's not bad.
Right down Renton Road.
Oh,
Oh, you don't know?
Oh, right down there.
that's how they can get their conditioning.
You never been there?
No, they wouldn't let me in. Remember?
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
Does Turtle Creek have Italian club?
You've said some terrible
would
stuff.
assume
Yes.
Yeah.
Just Pittsburgh has
Yeah.
every place. If you snoop around, we'll probably find an Italian
How about
club.
down there at Squirrel Hill?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
definitely. A lot of bars there. I don't know if the Italians are running Squirrel Hill though. That is not
That's
their
why I said-
hill.
that's why I
That
said
is
well.
not the Italians' hill. What a time. The Italians need to be in more places. I would like to say that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I'd like to go on the record as stating that I was very lucky to grow up in a super fucking duper, ridiculously overpopulated Italian community.
Well said.
Need cuisine.
Incredible.
Awesome.
oh yeah. Well, yeah.
What?
Did you hear that?
Were you
There's
going?
a sweet Italian club in fucking Turtle Creek.
Hell yeah.
What's it called?
Are you Googling these right now?
Wilkins Italo-American Citizens Club.
Oh.
Do all the
Yeah.
clubs hate each other?
Nah, they work together, pal.
Ah, good.
Yeah,
good.
that. But the Irish clubs, they
Teamsters?
do hate the
Talking about
Italian
Teamsters?
ones. Uh huh.
I have a nice Teamsters jacket I got from my dad's cousin.
There was-
hilarious. Hey, take care of this.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
You'll say those things aren't growing on trees.
Those Teamsters jackets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got to hang it up.
Yep.
There's a real rivalry going on in Boston actually over the last 3 years.
Right now it's heating up.
Last year was at the peak of it actually. I think they are currently at a
So for those that don't know,
ceasefire.
for a long time, the Italian and the Irish pretty much in a similar workplace area, same type of. So a lot of battles throughout the history here in the United States of America between the Irish and the Italian. But then it felt like there was almost peace. Was there not peace
Yeah.
for a long? And you guys are back in it.
After Leonardo,
I thought we came together and said, "Hey,
What are we doing?
we're basically all doing the same
Well,
thing."
this fucking global automation's killing all skilled labor jobs. People can't find any fucking
Exactly.
work around here.
Preach, my friend.
true.
The Irish and the Italian, super blue collar bunch.
But Leonardo DiCaprio and Daniel Day-Lewis kind of put those swords down for both of the groups.
They did.
They did.
Talking about the dead rabbits and the 40 thieves.
You're goddamn right. The Dead
What's going on in
Rabbit
Boston?
Society.
The Irish and the Italian are back at it.
Yeah, the Italian people and the Irish people do not see eye to eye. At the
Come
moment.
on, it's 2023.
It was bad.
We're in this
Swords
thing together.
It was really bad last year.
All right, let's get to a break. We don't like to hear that.
No, I stand with both communities.
As do I, with my pinky ring on.
As do I.
Him more than me.
Here, here.
Dirty just said, as do I. Dirty's in.
Yeah.
As do I.
All right, Dirty.
Here we go.
Tone, would you like to announce that you stand with both the Italians and the Irish together as one blue-collar crew?
Yep. Bring peace to our great country.
No, I watched The Town last night. It's not feels like something I can't do.
So you're standing with the Irish then?
The Colts have interviewed Packers special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia. Speaking of Italian, sources
Wow.
say, giving the ex-Raiders interim coach a look after his impressive showing last season, a leader whose players love him. Hell yeah, Rich. Congrats on another interview cycle here for the head coaching job. It was happening last year. The Colts are interviewing every single person that exists.
Yes.
I think they're casting a wide net. I don't know if they're trying to learn about different teams and different people or if they're legitimately trying to find the absolute best candidate. Bubba Ventrone, special teams coordinator for the Colts for the last 3-4 years, who has done an incredible job. Colts special team, actually massive highlight of the Indianapolis Colts over the last few years. Block kicks, big returns, literally you name it, they do it. Bubba, Pittsburgh fuck, who ended up playing for the Patriots for a long time, now special teams coordinator for the Colts, got an interview with the Colts. I wonder how that went. He's a dog. I love him, as do I love Rich Bisaccia, but it does feel like the Colts are casting a wide net. The Packers immediately got better in special teams. That was something that they hadn't done ever, right?
Yeah, for sure. And they stunk early in the season this year, but he made a big impact. Let's just say that.
You could tell he was coaching.
Yeah, for sure. And the guys, to his point, I mean, we already knew that, but the guys fucking love him.
All right, let's get to a break. We got to, what's up?
I'm not so sure Canty left here yesterday and said, hey, we need to interview Rich Bisaccia so Pat will get off my back.
So we get new news?
Yeah, and we won't have to talk about the Colts making a bad decision.
Just so we know, Paisano, Conti.
Yeah, well.
Conti.
If they start winning, I'll call him by his real name.
You should have seen Conti and Pagano. Just.
Oh!
I go everywhere I go with these fucking.
I go in the bathroom hearing that from the other room.
Let's get to a break. Hour 2 will be on the other side on this Feel Good Friday. Divisional round starts tomorrow. Let's enjoy
go.
the
Go.
AJ Hawk will be here. Gabe Davis will be here in about 10 minutes. Can't wait to chat with him and the Buffalo Bills and how they're feeling. What a massive weekend. What a great day to have a great Feel Good Friday. Take 5!
Tonight is a night where everything's going to be remembered. Every play, every sweat, every fight.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb.
Hey, let's have a national championship Monday, huh? My name's Pat McAfee. I've started this show 2 different occasions already. This will be the 3rd. Wow. It's 2023. We eat adversity for lunch. There's just so many different forms of gummies coming in my mouth.
Boss man, can you do a kickflip?
100 for it? 100 for it?
Oh!
Come on, bro. That was awesome. Hey, this little teddy bear is cool. This little round thing is sweet. All right, I feel pretty good for this ESPN party. Let's go have a blast in there. Boom. Need you to do a red carpet. I've never done a red carpet before.
I got to poop, sorry.
I don't know if now's the time.
We're invited to the ESPN party, and now we are all sitting on a red carpet. We had no idea this was coming, obviously. We thought we were just getting some free drinks.
A lot of people on the internet say I look high. What's that all about? I'm a massive fan of Posner. He was getting motivational speeches in between songs. He was playing other people's songs. He was telling people to stay down. We're going to make a moment. Only on the count of 3, we're going to go crazy. Oh, I know. Sad song. Sad song. Oh, oh yeah.
A couple of these. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Boost up. What do you want?
What'd you do?
Gotta make this practice game, baby. It's gotta last until 9 o'clock.
Happy birthday, sack of shit.
I'm so fired up to be here.
Yeah.
I got a necktie and everything.
Holy shit. Tim Tebow's here. Oh my God.
Look at that cut.
The most handsome shot in our show's history. Nick Saban has been spotted at SoFi. Great work in the back. Fox team boys crushed it. Now we got game day, then the mega cast. Let's go. Hey, let's have a night.
Obviously, the enemy of great is good. The enemy of a dynasty is winning one championship and letting it go. Ron, you're obviously going to Colorado, a place that's been looking for some sort of championship for 20 years. You're also one of the greatest speakers I've ever heard. What are you saying to your team?
You can't get here and all of a sudden change.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a different mannerism of somebody, and especially the coaches. See, everybody's talking about the players.
Yeah.
But you got to coach the coaches, too.
Did you smile there, too? Were you smiling?
I saw a smile. I do that every now and then.
The rat poison, smiling. That's embedded fourth quarter perfection. Matthew Stafford, fourth quarter perfection. Big moments, Tebow perfection. We got some real magic here tonight, don't we? And I love that toad that takes those mushrooms. With that being said, Stetson Bennett's 25 years old. He's so damn comfortable. Darnell Washington's the backup tight end. He's 6'7", 270. Brock Bowers, best player on the field. The defense full of dogs. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs go back-to-back. First time since this man and his Alabama squad. I love the Bulldogs tonight, barking all over the place, Coach.
All right, here we go, huh? A little bit of rush from old game day down the field.
We went all the way to the roof to come back. We are so sorry. All right, let's roll. I gotta get to the sleep, and then I'm gonna hop over the sleep bench. Good, man.
You are looking at SoFi Stadium, where we'll be crowning a national champion for our college football season tonight. And the Dogs are on the board early. Wide open.
That's the shot that they wanted, baby.
That's embedded with his second touchdown in the first half.
Oh, no.
Georgia's first down. One-handed touchdown. Brock Bowers, touchdown. It is currently 45-7. It is 52-7. Touchdown.
This is just a good old back home ass whooping.
It's a blowout, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hey-o. That son of a bitch, Uga, is having the night of his life.
Wow.
It's raining indoors in Los Angeles. This is God taking a tinkle on something magical, isn't it? Let's get what's that?
Get him on camera.
That mustache.
Holy smoke.
Holy smokes. Why don't we call a game? Holy hell, Tim Tebow is coming. Tebow, we're live.
We're on.
We're live right now. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. Right before the break, an extra point almost killed Tim Tebow. Natural instincts had to take in place. I could not lose the greatest human on earth, and I'm happy they gave you that ball, Tim. Tone, act like you're Sonny Dykes, please.
All right, boss. First half didn't go our way. We're doing this for the great state of Texas. You know who else is down 31 points?
Who's that?
The Italians.
All right, let's take the tractor another round. What are you watching out there, Coach?
Honestly, you know, they're better off grabbing Luka Doncic out of the crowd and maybe lining him up next to Quentin guys in that receiver. Because they can't do a damn thing.
We decided Tebow here, formerly known as praying for this TCU team to do something. So you put your hands up, play that song, butterflies fly away. Thank you for your service, sir. You're a badass, man.
Those other Americans, I wouldn't be here.
What a run, huh? The boys crushed it. Appreciate you. TCU sucks. You're gonna be so mean all the time.
What?
That's all she wrote for college football season. What a year. Let's fucking get home.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome, on this glorious, feel-good, Divisional round starts tomorrow, Friday. Hour 2 starts right now. Football is cooking, and as are we. Let's keep it moving. Foxy, great job with that Natty vlog, pal. Great piece that together. It just debuted. We can't thank him enough for doing that. A lot of hard work goes into that. A lot of hours of scanning through footage and editing. We appreciate you, Foxy.
Thank you, Foxy.
Another Foxy flick. Certainly enjoyed it. The Talks tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. And joining us right now from an attic in Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup champion, and a COVID survivor.
Whoa.
Father of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
AJ, how you doing, pal? You good?
Oh, doing great.
All right, that's good news. And I'm happy you restrained yourself from saying, don't we have a guest? Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't mention it.
You were close, though.
Yeah, you wanted to.
Oh, you got a new haircut, too. Oh! New haircut, new AJ. New me, new year. Okay. Joining us now is obviously an absolute stallion of a man. Out of UCF, he plays for the Buffalo Bills. Last week, he had 6 catches, 113 yards, and 1 tud. Is that good?
I don't know.
Is that good?
Why?
Needs an 85-yard touchdown or longer to get a donation to his favorite foundation from us for $85,000 and also a donation to his bank account for $85,000. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Davis.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you.
Hey,
Nice,
man.
like the introduction.
Hey, you deserve it. You're an absolute dog. And sorry you came a little bit earlier and we were in the middle of a commercial break there. I don't like wasting your time. I know this is a big week. Thank you so much for joining us. How's practice been? How do you feel? How's the body?
Practice has been good. It was a good week for us. Locked in and ready to go. Real detailed today. Ran it real well, real smooth. So, ready for Sunday.
Does your coach, I just wonder, how do you guys make this thing not too big? It's not make it bigger than it actually is. You guys have been rolling through the regular season, obviously. There's little ups and downs, but how do you just go out there and play?
Again, you just try to keep that same mindset of taking it one day at a time, treating each game the same. But you all know there's extra little emotion with this game. Obviously, we all know what happened that last time we saw them, and we had to stop it. So, there's a little extra juice, a little extra fire in the tank. So, we're ready to roll.
What is it? You said you kind of kept it moving today, a lot of walkthrough, a lot of detail-oriented stuff. Are you inside today or outside today?
We were inside. No, we were running though full speed. Just getting some detailed full speed work before, Saturday, and then Sunday, obviously, we're rolling.
Are you going to be okay if it snows? You guys are practicing inside today. You guys going to be okay if it snows, Skip?
Yeah, this is Buffalo. This is what you expect. Snow is always the best. I love when it starts snowing. It brings that Buffalo effect into it. So hopefully it does come down.
Gabe, you don't know this, but there's people out there that think if you practice indoors with snow on the way, that you're going to be at a disadvantage as opposed to a team that practices outside in the snow. This week, though, we can report, we'll tell you this, you can spread this amongst you guys and Cincinnati, both inside this week.
Yeah.
So both soft. Know that, Gabe. Know that that's taking place. Whenever a play is made, like last week, the catch that you made on a sideline from Josh Allen, do you guys acknowledge in the moment that that is something that is fucking filthy and sick? Or do you just act like that is, boom, normal? You getting your feet in, him putting it where he put it. Is there a moment where you guys say, like, hey, that was fucking so absurd? Or does that come in film? Do you ever have that discussion or you just move on?
Yeah, you do think it's pretty crazy for him to put it on a rope like that into the back of the end zone, and I had to tight rope the sideline and make a play. But no one even knows this. My receiver coach, Chad, while I was in my stance, he's on the sideline. I can hear him. He goes, "Gabe, this is the tutty to you," just to remind me to make sure I made the right choice on the route. And then I was able to pull it in, and I went over there talking shit because it was funny to see Chad make that call.
Hell, that's awesome. Shout out to Chad. Great coaching. He's buying in and paying attention to the game. So that's option route. How much of your shit is option stuff? And are you guys at the stage now where the offense, because you guys have been together, a lot of you, especially with Cole Beasley coming back, just getting dropped right back in it. You're all on the same page every play. That's the goal because there's so many decisions being made post-snap. Is that a good read on the Bills' offense?
Yeah, of course, we mix it up a lot. Some of the most of the routes are set. There's some options there. We mix it up. I feel like every offense has their own little thing, and I feel like having the option game in our game is strong for us.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you last time you came on, Gabe, I think you mentioned you had a lot of option routes in college too, where you had some freedom. Like, how did that? How did I guess free you up or let you feel comfortable coming to the next level and actually doing that?
College helped me out a lot. I was with Hypo for 2 years, and my split from the sideline was 2 yards. So I had less work to work with when it came to man-to-man coverage. With those side releases, it helped me keep staying tight to the guys and being able to make contested plays. And then obviously our whole offense, the routes that we ran with UCF were all option routes. So it gave me a lot of experience.
That's a lot of thinking, Gabe, right? Like, not everybody can do that. You know that, right?
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah,
on you guys.
That's a lot. Do you know that, or is it just like that's just football?
I don't know. I looked at it as it was just football. Each guy has things they have to learn and deal with that may be tough, but that's what you sacrifice for this game. This game brings us a lot of good. So I'll sacrifice everything to be able to be the best on the field.
Josh Allen, seemingly incredible human being. Jordan Poyer, seemingly incredible human being. Von Miller, seemingly incredible human being. I mean, everybody in the locker room, you, seemingly incredible human being. From Brandon Beane, seemingly incredible human being.
Yep.
Sean McDermott, seemingly incredible human being. Do you guys love like this team? Are you guys going to try to bottle this forever? Like, how could you describe what it is in there, especially with the fact of how last year ended and you guys still being able to lean on, like, we haven't won anything yet? It feels like you guys have a perfect building. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I mean, they put together, a great squad here, a great group of guys from the staff all the way to the players. We got people that we can trust and, just be us. This is the most comfortable I've ever been on a football team. I love all the guys in here, truly, and it's everyone's real passionate about what we got going on here. So, again, shout out to Bean for finding all these puzzles, to put this piece together, and it's great here.
Gabe, we hear about coaches holding things out. Like, okay, they may have a couple plays they love, but they hold them for big time moments, like in the playoffs. Is that a thing? And you don't have to tell us anything secret or whatever, but is that a thing that happens?
And what is the play?
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like again, each team is setting up for something else. I feel like guys, every coach has something in their back pocket to counter another option that they've made, previously. So again, we have things that we're obviously going to do out there on Sunday that maybe we haven't done before. But then most of the stuff we're sticking to what we do and what we know what to do.
Pro Football Focus obviously judges every single play. And knows exactly what everybody's supposed to do all the time.
That's right.
Especially the options.
That's what that's why their scoring system is always so accurate. They are also great for stats because they are on top of fucking everything. I just saw a tweet with your stats on it whenever you're in the last 3 playoff games. 16 catches, 354, 6 tuds. Is that good? I don't know.
Right.
What is it about playoff football? Do you treat it differently, or is it just it feels like your number gets called more often?
I don't know. I mean, it's a blessing. And again, I have great guys around me that I'm able to get open. 14 and 11. I got Isaiah. I mean, we got Smoke. I mean, we got so many guys. On the offensive side that helps me do my job a little bit better.
Josh Allen, have to ask you about him. What are you seeing from him this year? What are you seeing him during this run here that makes you think like when Josh gives? Because he already told us that he already knows what he's going to say at the Super Bowl parade to the Bills Mafia or whatever. Is he like that every day? Is that the confidence that's radiating? And I assume you all have the same thoughts and opinions on it all.
Yeah, 17 has probably the most confidence on the team. He's a resilient guy. He works real hard. Again, he's a baller. When the lights are on, I mean, he shows out every single week. So I'm behind 17 100%, and, I definitely believe that he's the best in the game.
Hell yeah, he's so good, so tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fast.
He's so tall, isn't he? Are you tall? How tall are you?
Yeah, he's big. 6'2".
Oh, okay. Hey, pretty good size, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good size.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty size. I put my cowboy boots on. I'm 6'3". Normally 6'1", though. So I massive respect there. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Gabe, obviously we found out from you about the Lombardi that Von Miller brought in, and then we talked to him yesterday about the speech as well, which he happened to steal, so I don't know if you're giving him shit for that or not. But has that been kind of something that you guys have been talking about and going back to all week? Or
he was inspired by.
Yeah, I know.
Stole.
I'm just throwing it out there. He
dude?
said Peyton Manning and DeMarcus Ware gave him the idea for it, okay?
Yeah. No, I mean, just to see that, see that trophy in there, and again, it's coming from a guy who's won 2 Super Bowls and a guy who's been there and been in the position, and is a great player. So you have to take it. You have to take something from that, and I just knew that seeing that, I didn't want to let him down. I didn't want to let my team down. So I know, each and every day, until this is over. I know I'm going to give them my best and sacrifice everything for the guys in the room. Those guys sacrifice everything for me, so I got to make sure I'm on the field. They can trust me.
The finality of it all is very real. This could have been your last Fast Friday. Hey, of the season.
Whoa.
That's crazy. Obviously, not just putting that into the universe. There's been a couple teams that I've been on that I've rode the coattails of that are much better, and then all of a sudden we lose a game. It's like, hey, put all your shit in a garbage bag. You're out of the building right now. You know, like it is a wild time playoffs. I think it brings out the best in everybody, and obviously it has done that for you. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Gabe, last time, or one of the last times we talked to you, you said how, usually the Bildo games are only Patriots versus Bills, but a lot on the line here, playoff game. If, let's say you score a touchdown and someone is to throw a Bildo with a suction cup nutsack onto the field, is it still in play that you're going to grab that thing and stick it on top of the helmet? Hell yeah!
Yes. All right, so we got $85,000 donation, obviously.
Yep.
For if you score 85. I do not.
I think you got to add something for the Bildo if it gets stuck.
Yes.
On
that's
cool.
That's what I'm saying. I do
You
not
got to
want
chase somebody. You got to chase somebody too. Chase the ref around with it.
We don't need any extracurriculars, and I don't know if we necessarily need to be.
If it's out of hand,
motivating you to do this, but I mean, it'd be tough not to donate a lot more.
Are you kidding me?
If that was to happen.
All-time moment.
How many buildings? Not a lot of builders this year, huh? Happy that are we happy or not
shame.
happy? I think I'm pretty pumped.
It's a real shame.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I would like to see one come into play.
Yeah, Bills Mafia. What are we doing?
Yes. Wake up.
Well, they started really patting people down. You had to either keister it or not get it in.
I mean, we have a 15-minute video on how to get it in if that's happening.
Ton Diggs has a question.
Yeah, you just put it in your, put it down there, and, you can't do nothing but respect.
Yes,
true.
What are you saying? What, you want me to get naked here? No, you don't believe it? Sorry, you don't have it. Yeah, like a whole, you could just flip it on its head, I guess. People were doing drug tests like that back in the day. That was happening back in the day in the NFL, I guess. Just big fake dongs peeing. Like, that's why the rules are what they are now. That's why you got to take your pants all the way off. And I was in the program, so I had to do it for 27 months. Got like 212 tests. You got to.
Yeah, I had to spin in a circle. Yeah, I had to spin in a circle naked. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because back in the day they did what we're talking about right here.
Wizinator.
And they were saying, oh, sorry about it. You don't believe it? Sorry. Like, that was the entire defense. So now it is what it is. Tone, you have a question for Gabe?
Gabe, is there any extra, obviously there's no extra motivation needed for this game, but when you know on the other side, this is two potentially of the best wide receiver cores in the NFL, when you know that those guys are going to be making plays, is there any extra motivation for you guys on that side?
I mean, at the end of the day, we want to win, so that's all the motivation, that we need. But again, you do talk about that receiver core there. I mean, that's a great group of guys, talented receivers, from the top all the way to the bottom. So got a lot of respect and a lot of love for those guys, man. They make the game what it is now.
So many eyes watching these games, 35, 40 million people watching.
At least.
That's awesome.
Could you imagine he puts a Bildo
on his helmet? You changed the game.
Gabe, don't do it. Gabe, the NFL would kick us out of Radio Row probably. Oh, we heard it was the
worth it.
Heard it was the
No, it's my decision.
Do you remember the Bildo unicorn that we had on Divisional round in front of 42 million
That was
people?
funny, wasn't it?
Do you remember that? You remember when we weren't letting you have logos on the graphics that you had? All fun and games till the Bildo unicorn, Pat. We can't take it anymore. Would be a whole thing. But if you do 150,000, I think that would
Boom.
It would be
There it is.
150,000. We'd have to donate 85,000 still for the long. But that feels like a long way. Should we drop that down to 70 for the playoffs?
Nah, man, keep it there. No, it's set. It's set in stone.
Respect.
Just keep it right there.
That's a long way, though. Field position has to be set up. How many times are you really starting within your own 15,
I pray a little harder at night.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Good luck this weekend. You're the best, dude. Good luck with everything. Keep crushing it in playoffs, and we appreciate your time.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Hey, DeMar, how is he? Good?
He's great. Walking around the building, doing his thing, taking it one step at a time. Happy to have him around. He's doing real good. Happy to have him.
Is there a chance that he's coming out? Is he coming out on ATV before that game? Is he coming out on it?
I don't know. I don't know, man. You have to see. I don't know.
All right, Gabe. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Gabe!
I love that, man.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I love the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. The Beals are fun to talk to.
Beals are fun to talk to.
Tell you what, he said he doesn't know, but after that,
he knows.
DeMar's coming
You know,
out on a
something's
fucking
going on.
ATV.
What if, like, we said it and they were thinking of something as well? Because the Buffalo Bills organization does watch this program. I do believe. That's why they allow their players and people to come on their GM comes on our fucking show. If we were to ask for Bean, I think they would say, try not to.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, we don't want to offend or take anybody's time. Literally coming on our show is the worst usage of your time that you could possibly have. But the show does exist, so sometimes we'll send out a request. They're so nice. What if there is a chance that there's a full-on, maybe Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania on a zip line moment
Here
with
we
Lamar?
go.
Because they broke some news this morning, though, saying he's still getting oxygen in the morning and he's still getting his heart checked and everything like that, which make total sense because the guy was like seemingly dead for 2 days, just like a week and a half ago. Now he's all the way back. But, man, I couldn't even fathom a moment bigger than
What
that.
if he were to ride a buffalo out like they do at Colorado, and he has a dildo like Chief Osceola does
All
at
right.
Florida State?
Yes.
And fucking slams it into the ground, 50-yard line.
Like a 6-foot one.
Why, Gabe, so quick? Yup, I'll put it right.
Yep, right on my forehead.
He wasn't on the full screen. He was on this backboard.
Yeah.
As the question was being asked, he literally goes, "Yep, bang."
He wants to do it.
It's amazing. Hey, let's get
That'll
back.
be a,
Come on, Bills
that'll be
Mafia.
a pivotal moment in Bills history if that does happen.
I cannot wait for me to be summoned into some office somewhere. Let's go through the year, see how it went. Oh, this was certainly not a yearly recap meeting to start, it feels like. Oh, yeah, let's go through the whole year. Let's go through some of the good. Okay, that was fun, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go through the bad. Oh, the PAFL happened. Yeah. That was a thing. We do apologize for that, and obviously some other miscommunications. Yeah. What about the unicorn dildo thing? Do you remember that?
A lot of kids watching.
That was Gabe's decision.
Yeah.
Dave told us it was his idea.
Yeah.
Did you remember reminding him?
We tried to
though?
talk him. We told him to talk him out of it.
we
You
did.
tried to talk him out of it.
Yeah.
I certainly did. Didn't feel like you were at that stage. You were like,
Well, it's your name on the show, so you can't get in trouble. It's your name on the show.
Plus, AJ texted him after the show.
Hey, don't do
remember?
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
dude,
think
that's
it
not a
was?
test.
Oh, yeah, and I
Don't do it.
texted. I
Yeah.
texted
Yeah.
him
Don't
too.
do it,
Hey,
guys.
Gabe, that was all fun.
Just to
Could you imagine?
You think it was funny to discuss a man riding a buffalo out and spiking an Antonio Brown-sized dildo into the middle of the field? That was funny.
I don't think it
That was not our show. I don't know.
can't be that big.
still think that's a good
Must
idea.
have been Skip.
I'm sure this is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about a couple things. So let's dive in there. Thank you to Gabe. You're awesome, Gabe.
Love you, Gabe.
Never see this. Could you imagine that thing just?
Oh my
I
god!
can't.
Smacking
What if he
the
gets
ref in the face?
What if he
with
has to
it?
go into the blue tent because he strains his neck from the whiplash?
Yeah, it's possible.
Gabe Davis has entered the medical tent.
Come on, Bills Mafia.
Who's calling that game? What?
It's such a
That's
the
Tony.
head on the
That's
dong
Tony
is so
doing.
heavy it hurts his neck.
I wish it was Nickelodeon.
A whiplash.
Oh.
A whiplash.
If he
Strained
did
his
chase
neck.
the ref around,
They
you think the little ref would scooting away,
That's
start
what you
running away
said.
from him?
Yeah.
That's what
That'd be
you said. We did try to talk him out of it. He said start chasing
Yeah.
the ref.
Get the ref with
This
it.
was in a hypothetical situation.
Is it
This
the
isn't real.
Nickelodeon game?
There's no way.
Should
that's
be.
the Nickelodeon.
No, I think
slime
Nickelodeon
slime
is
on
the
that.
Saturday.
Shoot slime out of the
Slime.
dildo.
Hey, the show's gone a little loose the last 2 days, I will say. But what were we supposed to do yesterday? Honestly,
Exactly.
that's right in our wheelhouse.
Hands are tied.
Indianapolis Colts story,
That same state.
Irsay story. I think we're one of the only shows that Irsay's ever been on. And a massive decision that was made by the McDaniels family mid-flight with coaches already hired to a staff and a live press conference already scheduled. Turned it around, had a full prayer over it up there in the sky. I guess when you're at 42,000 feet, you can be closer to God and get the real answers of what the McDaniels thought. And they bring up him just exploding the toilet or doing something. What would he be doing for an hour in there? Honestly, what were we supposed to say?
I mean, yeah, like he's taking a big dump. That's what happened.
His taxes?
Legs fell asleep.
I don't know if he's doing his taxes. It would take a long time, awkwardly amount of time.
Yeah.
Billionaire.
Weird place to do it, probably, but hey, he's a busy man.
Might have been April.
12th.
Yeah.
What if he fell asleep?
What if he did?
What if he took a little billionaire snooze?
Exactly.
What if he was dreaming
Yeah.
of mauling zebras?
Perhaps.
They're burying a catwoman's suit. Well, don't you worry your pretty
billionaire
head. We're gonna get you back to Tyson in your cozy
tiger
bed.
And then we're gonna find
our best friend, Jeff.
Yep.
And then we're going to give him a
best friend hug.
Jim.
A lot of inside stuff on this Feel Good Friday.
Irsay's going to respond. You know he's not going to let that just float out there.
He did put a tweet out last night, but it was not in response to him taking a massive dump. It was,
which makes
it
you
was a
think.
quote or something else. But let's talk about some sports stuff. John Harbaugh has said that Lamar Jackson will be his quarterback and that he loves him. There's a 200% chance that he'll be back. This is a nice public negotiation from Harbaugh, showcasing his love and affection for the person that is going to be in the middle of a negotiation with the team that they both work for currently. I'm excited to see how this pans out. Like little latte Jordan Schultz said of the Schultz Report on the Score, they were very far off when it came to money. And Lamar Jackson looks at comps, what the deal is, what the market is. He sees Deshaun Watson in his division and says, well, I've done more than that guy. Off the field, I've literally only given back to the community. Why are we even talking about anything other than this? Plus, I'm the next one. The salary cap's going up. We're just going to move this up, and we got a deal done. The Ravens offered him something completely different. He did not agree to the deal. Now his contract's up. He could get franchise tagged exclusively. It's a shit show, AJ. We've had to talk about it all year. Harbaugh seemingly thinks it's going to be over. Why didn't they do this a lot sooner?
I don't know. And also, do you believe? 200%. Yeah, he's telling ownership right there, get this thing done. I think that's what he's doing, publicly negotiating for the team. Really, like, hey, we've let this linger on too long. Let's figure this thing out and get Lamar signed and get it going. But Lamar has the leverage. When you list all of those things, you're right. Former MVP, all of these things, like does all the right things off the field as well. Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what I'm sick of, Connor?
What's that?
I'm sick of us having to talk about whether or not Lamar, who was reportedly limping around the facility, nobody else said that.
Nope.
He misses the game, doesn't go to the game. It's not really addressed by anybody like, hey, he was getting treatment or we told him not to fly, even though that was probably the case. It's just seemingly been handled all weird, and we got to talk about it because they weren't able to get a deal done. They get a deal done middle of the season. They present him with exactly what he asked for before the season, even though it was out of his time frame, his window. They probably get a deal done, and none of this is even in the conversation. I'm so fascinated by how it's been handled, why it's been handled, and what they do next. I do not understand.
Yeah, I'm sick of that. I'm also just sick of terrible decisions being made in the NFL. It feels like sometimes when we sit up here, we say things that maybe just make sense to us that should get done, that don't get done. And maybe that is because we look at it too simply, or maybe it's because we don't look at it as complicated as the situation really is. Because currently, when we're talking about the Lamar Jackson situation, is it that complicated to just give him $200 million guaranteed? Or is this literally something that they cannot do with the money they have? Or do they not want to maybe sell off 5% of the team to get?
What does Ian Rappaport? He always says they got the money.
They have the money.
It's I don't know if that's true.
He even said that about the Chargers. And the Chargers had a family member of the ownership team say, hey, you don't have enough money. Allegedly.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Of course, but everything.
That thing kind of that disappeared quick. That whole thing.
And that was from the sister's mouth, right? That wasn't like from her cam.
Yeah, but it was it was from the it was a lawsuit, I believe. Yeah. But it was a quote from her.
From
in the filing or whatever.
Yes.
But that has disappeared because I think they paid they paid Khalil Mack. Yep. They paid JC. They pay. They're gonna
Mike
have
Williams.
They're gonna have to pay Herbert. They paid Mike Williams. They paid Joe. They paid everybody. So I think that was their response to any potential public doubt about it all. And I don't know how that got handled, but it kind of disappeared. But there is levels to this shit on who has the money, who doesn't have the money. It would be crazy to think in 2023, shout out to me, not having to change that in my head, 2022 to 2023, just saying it. Like every single intro of this show since 2023, pretty pumped up about that there's even a thought, though, that they maybe can't afford it. But that's real life. There's some teams that won't be able to afford. Sean Payton's going to command $25 million. Yeah. Like, that's going to happen, allegedly. And there's only really one team that will probably be willing to do that right now, or two, with the Carolina Panthers being involved in it all. It's a crazy time, and it's a great time to be one of the uber wealthy owners, as opposed to just the I'm wealthy as fuck owner, who is definitely richer than all of us. But this is a competition. They're all competing against each other, and money is certainly a weapon to have. in competition.
Well, and because of that, it feels like this is just going to be kind of like a standstill, and one team is going to have to make the first move, whether that be the Chargers, the Ravens, or the Bengals that have all these young quarterbacks that they know are going to get massive contracts, but they don't want to be the first ones to do it because seemingly after the Deshaun Watson, contract fully guaranteed, there might have been a discussion like, hey, all these other quarterback extensions, if these are all fully guaranteed contracts, some of these teams are going to be get screwed. So then we got the Russell Wilson, $160 million guaranteed, not fully. We got the Kyler, $140 guaranteed, not fully. And then you can throw him in here, even though it wasn't even close to those two. But the Derek Carr contract even was X amount guaranteed.
What was it? What was it? I forget what it was.
I thought
90,
it was
80.
Yeah, I thought it was 80.
It was a lot, wasn't it?
It was a lot of money,
but it wasn't all guaranteed. It was like 40 summers.
Yeah, and that was all after the Deshaun contract, and all those contracts that were extended were after the league meetings. So I think there was maybe an assumption that was a
that
conversation.
Deshaun contract is bonkers.
Yeah, really changed a lot, didn't it?
That's why where we are.
Well, it changed the whole conversation that we're at right now.
Yeah,
it changed, and we've talked about this for a long time now. That could have been on purpose.
Yep.
We're not going to give him enough credit to say that was chess, what he did there by overpaying the quarterback. I think he was just trying to beat the Falcons and the Saints, trying to get Deshaun Watson. Yeah. How do we got to do that? Andrew Berry said, well, we got to guarantee it. He said, fuck it, let's do it. But some rippling effects from this is going to be that the other owners in his division aren't going to be able to afford the new going rate of a top-tier quarterback. Like, you just changed the entire game. I'm not saying he thought about that when he did it, but there is something to be said about that. Like, the Bengals and the Ravens are in the same division as this owner that just dropped a fucking $250 million guaranteed into escrow to pay somebody. Now you got to do it. And if you can't, you're not ever going to be able to pay. You're just going to have to draft a rookie that's good every 4 years. Good luck. Like, that's a fascinating chess play that kind of worked out for him, I think.
Well, I think the Browns, too, how they structured it, like, they don't have any outs either. It's a very, very, player-friendly contract, too, for Deshaun. In fact, that, what is it, who's the agent again?
Mulligata from A1.
Mulligata gets this done, especially in the time, like, when all of the Deshaun stuff was in the middle of it. And he gets this, so it just, changed everything. Every other owner, I don't know if I give him enough credit to say he did this on purpose with the rest of his division, but I would be claiming that now if I didn't.
Absolutely putting that on the resume. Well, yeah, you're welcome, Walton. You're welcome, Tepper. You're welcome, Kroenke. You're welcome. Who would be next on that list?
Is Jerry up there? Or Robert?
Probably Robert next, right? Mm-hmm. Then probably, who's Seattle?
Art Jr.
Seattle's got it.
It was Paul Allen's sister.
The Allen family, yeah.
Do they have to, right? That's
yeah,
Microsoft.
They got
right?
cash. Yeah.
But then there's those lower ones that are like family businesses almost. Yeah. This has been the only business that we've run, and we don't run business that good. And we're allowed to judge how some of these businesses are being run in the NFL because I don't want to say we're in it, but we see other teams have success.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what this team does. There is a blueprint, and it's just like, well, this is what we do. And it's like, well, the only reason why you've been successful is because you're in a league that's successful, not because the business that you're running is successful. But that's why I think it's big for what Cincinnati's doing, because they are like a family business, but they're actually starting to run it like a business, like other people are running it. So I think that's big for the money. But there are teams down there that ain't got as much cash as some of the other places, and it's going to show. I think it's going to show over the next 10 years.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know about, giving him a bunch of credit, but I also, in terms of these people, they might not know exactly what it's like, but when you're this rich in terms of dick measuring, I think they're pretty innately aware of what other people's financial portfolios are kind of like. So it very well could have been hey, we know we have the money to do this with Deshaun. Also, we're going to have to overpay because he doesn't want to fucking come to Cleveland. This is going to be the only way we're going to get him here. And also, we know, just kind of from a 30,000-foot view, we know how much money Baltimore has. We know how much money Cincinnati has.
Haslam's this is wild. Haslam has less money than the Ravens. Willing to spend $230 on a quarterback. See that?
Yeah.
Stephen Bisciotti, Ravens, $5.9 billion.
That's their net worth, though. How much can they get to? when they need it? That's what I want to know. I think
How
that's
liquid are they?
Yeah, how liquid are they? Like, can you get to the? Yeah, of course you have things, you own stuff. But like, how can you make this work to sign a contract if you need to pay a quarterback $230 million?
So let's dabble into that a little bit more for people that maybe don't understand. A lot of real estate people are cash broke, but they got fucking land and houses and shit everywhere that they could get the money if they were to sell off these pieces, as opposed to some people who maybe have the actual cash on them, and that's how they go about doing their thing. Also, investments, AJ. I think investing is another one of those.
I mean, yeah, if you're a billionaire, you're a billionaire for a reason, because you took whatever money you've made and you made it work for you, and you make money on your money, and you continue to do that, and then all of a sudden you look up and you got $50 billion net worth. That'd be pretty nice.
Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, there's only a few people that have had that happen, but there's certainly been more billionaires in our world as of late. It seems like with more jobs in different job avenues rising, a lot more people are getting to the B quicker, but it is absurd to think about the amount of cash that some of these fucking people have.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And seeing 5.9 is wild, especially for the Ravens, because like the situation that they're in is better, or probably the best between them, the Bengals, and the Chargers, because the Ravens only have to pay Lamar, and that's all they have to worry about right now. Like when you look,
they're going to have to get wide receivers, which is
Are
what
they
people
telling him that?
or will they?
Is that part of it though? Are they telling him, hey, we can't give you 225, 240 guarantee because we need to fill in a team around you and bring you some weapons?
So they were saying, I forget who it was, somebody said it earlier, that the firing of Greg Roman was also a potential like call sign to like wide receivers around the NFL, like, hey, you can come to this offense. Like this offense will be. This is like when Georgia Tech was running the old school triple option. Like it was hard to get it's hard to recruit a wide receiver to that particular offense. Then whenever you change the offense, you're able to get it. It's like that offense has strictly been a run first, tight end. This is how we're going to do. Hollywood Brown didn't work out there because of that. I think we all know that, even though we had a lot of love for Lamar and everything. New offense coordinator. Are they still going to use the tight ends? I would think they would have to. Yeah. Still be pretty similar, but just add in a little bit better passing game. That's where like people were saying maybe Cliff Kingsbury, but like I don't. Is Cliff going to leave Thailand to do? And is Cliff one or?
I wouldn't.
Does he want to call plays again? Like, does he just want to
take a year?
Yeah,
take a year, Cliff. I think he should take a year.
Evolve too, maybe. You know, like
go around and have some fun and go watch. Maybe go spend some time in NFL facilities. And that's a lot of coaches. If they have a year off, they go study with. They'll spend a few days with different college coaches they like, and then they go NFL coaches. Who knows? Maybe XFL. He goes and hangs with Dwayne a little bit.
Oh yeah, the USFL maybe.
Smart.
The
Yeah,
AFL, the MFL. Who's ML football on Twitter?
Major League Football.
I don't know. This new Twitter account has just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it's an aggregate. Aggregate of news, pretty much like like Ari and like Dove.
Yep.
How they just like have alerts on for everything, and they get a newsletter quicker than anybody, and their tweets are so good, right? Like Ari is so quick. Ari has built himself up so big. ML football has kind of become a new one, and obviously the way I was introduced was because of the McDaniel's bathroom incident with Jim Irsay. Right. But then I was going through there, like 30,000 followers, I think, and there was like a lot of action on there, and it seems like they've kind of come out of nowhere. Might have changed a Twitter handle into ML football.
Oh.
Whatever the case, congrats. Seems like you're doing well.
Keep it going, ML.
Seems like you're doing well out there, ML football. Got a lot of love for that.
Ari Miroff. So I know we saw him at the Super Bowl. From where does he work right now?
So he's with Pro Football Focus. So that's why I never really.
Does he write? Does he write? Does Ari write, or is it like does he put everything together for?
So he had a podcast.
Yep.
And he was basically all the news in the NFL coming through my Twitter account.
Yes.
Is what he was really good. He was very, very good at that.
He's been on fire.
Yeah.
He has reported stuff before other people too sometimes.
Where's he at now?
33rd team, yeah. I don't think he's with PFF anymore.
I've seen clips of that.
Who's that?
The 33rd team, who I think.
Oh, 33rd team.
Yeah, Chuck also does stuff with them.
Yeah, who are they?
They're pretty new, I feel like, but they hired a bunch of like former NFL coaches and GMs and stuff. Like,
I saw
They're
that.
an expansion network.
I think I follow him. As soon as I saw it, and Chuck was doing shit with them, I'm like, this feels like good. The 33rd team's a great name. That was NFL Films always in mind as like 33rd team's the NFL. That's a great name. Is Lombo doing stuff with the 33rd team as well? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I thought he was on one of their shows.
The Daily Coach. I know he writes over there.
You read that every morning whenever you're working out?
No, but I hear him reference it with. I listen to his podcast a decent amount.
Oh, you listen to the Lombardi Line?
Jam Shuffle.
Nope. GM Shuffle.
Oh, this is a live show I watched. Sorry.
Yep.
NFL content from current and former players, coaches, and executives.
Wow.
Nice. All right. Is that Ed Reed up there? Is Ed Reed doing stuff for them?
I don't know. I think
Coaches.
Is it
he's
Tuna
on
up there? Eddie George
Parcells
up there?
definitely
Bill
is.
Cowher. Leonard Fournette.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Is that the boss?
I mean, Bussy
Chris
Woodson,
Long.
isn't it? I don't see the no. I can barely see the screen.
Joe Thomas.
Yeah, it's
Cam,
2-6.
Cam Jordan. Yeah, that's Rod Woodson.
30-13.
He's coaching.
All the the XFL in Vegas.
Bill.
All those guys on the are they making content for the 33rd team or is that just OGs of the NFL?
I think that's just OGs of the NFL.
Because there's a lot of people that aren't up there.
Parcells. Is Parcells a big content guy?
Is Tuna making fucking content right now?
The coaches are Cowher, Marvin Lewis, Mangini, Mike Martz, Morningweg, Chuck, Parcells, Wade Phillips,
Holy shit.
Tressman, Wani, and Zimmer.
That's what I'm saying.
So they don't have big tuna.
They do.
No, I said Parcell.
Oh,
I
you
said
did?
Parcells, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think those are why because there's a lot of people that aren't on that you would assume if they were just picking names out of the NFL's history to put up there.
Yeah.
Are all those people making things for the 33rd team and who owns them?
I don't know. Let me find out. Let me fucking snip
Keep
around.
digging, Tony.
Let me snip around.
Tony
Hey, that's
digs.
awesome. Good for them. What if is that the NFL?
That would be sweet.
I wonder if that's a part of their
Also smart.
NFL Plus. That'd be great content.
How's that going?
I got Dean Blandino.
I actually watched the game on NFL Plus the other day. It
How was it?
was good.
Laggy?
Actually, no. I was just driving to
baby
go pick
NFL
up some
Plus.
food. Yeah.
Wait,
And,
it's just a way to watch games on your phone, right?
Exactly.
No, you
Most
can
of you guys
also.
have YouTube TV, right? YouTube TV does the exact same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I also switched over to Hulu, so something to consider.
Instead of YouTube TV?
No. While I was watching on NFL
Oh, boy.
Found
I
out
just
who-
Googled who
Yep,
owns
yep,
the
me too.
33rd team.
Plus. Here we go.
Mike Tannenbaum.
Oh! Someone get to Gumpy now.
The 33rd team, a football think tank and media platform. This is the article that I'm reading. Media platform created by former NFL executive Michael Tannenbaum with assistance of the University of Massachusetts Sports Management Program. Today announced the official launch of the company, the 33rd team. I wonder who's financing that.
Sounds like that fucking Massachusetts turncoat company.
I heard them on the NFL Network radio channel as well. I heard
So
one
they
of
have
their
a deal.
33rd team shows. Yeah, so
I wonder who's funding it. Who owns it? Tannenbaum made enough money from being a GM to start this, pay all those people? That'd be awesome if Tannenbaum's that good of a
You
fucking
got to have
businessman.
investors.
Who? I wonder who.
I wonder if it's some of the
I know
coaches.
there's a
on there.
fund with unlimited money that's been throwing it around.
Well, it's a brilliant idea. I mean, the people that we said on it, that's a great lineup of people.
Yeah, it's smart. I bet the knowledge on there is actually
Solid.
next level. Yeah.
That's why I was like, no, whose money's behind that? That seems like it's a good concept, good idea. Tannenbaum says some things, on TV that make you go, Tannenbaum.
Someone should smack that guy in the mouth.
No, I don't think that. That's what Boston Connor
Sorry,
would
I've been
say.
talking to Gumpy too much. lately.
Yeah, Gumpy feels that way because Gumpy's obviously a diehard fan of the Dolphins. We all know how that kind of whole thing worked out. But remember, he was the one to mention Chicago trading
Yeah.
and the number one overall pick or whatever. Or no, trading Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And then drafting Bryce Young
Yes.
at the number one overall pick because of the things that they think that they could get in return for Justin Fields. And by the time we were done with that conversation, we were like, okay, we can see how somebody in the
might be
NFL
onto
would do that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of that with Tannenbaum. If he's behind this, if he's the brain behind this, congrats to Tannenbaum.
Yeah, good
Maybe
job,
Tannenbaum.
Tan. That's actually awesome.
All right, let's get to a break. Hour 3 will be on the other side. We'll have to make our picks. I believe Kirk Herbstreit's joining us as well.
Okay.
We're talking to Kirko Herbstreit this morning and just about the future and what's going to happen and thoughts on a lot. It was a great convo. He was walking his dogs. It was great. And then at the end of the conversation, we're like, hey, Herbie, you want to pick some games today? He was like, sure, I'll pick some games.
That'd be fun.
So let's get what Herbie is thinking on these teams and who he thinks is going to win these games. The Cowboys-Niners has become a fascinating thing. TV's picking the Cowboys. Money's picking the Niners. Seems like Brain thinks Niners over Cowboys. Excited to hear your thoughts, AJ, as a member of the Cowboys fan club.
That's right.
The Army.
Before we get to hour 3, I would like to see the man that went to Plum High School.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do it.
That's me, Tony.
What?
Sit your ass down.
You name one of the boroughs in Plum?
Fucking Renton.
That was good. That was actually pretty good. That was actually pretty good. Guy took that from earlier today. That was pretty quick. Pretty quick. It's Irish. Fuck. What do you want to do?
I've only been doing the two-handed chucks.
All right. We're not doing the whole. Actually, we'll give you a time frame.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get whichever ball you like the best. Oh, you're getting 2. Yeah. Okay. We got clocks right here. So you will have 30 seconds. 30 seconds to make a Connor Campbell opposite free throw line shot. If you're able to make it, Connor, 15 people will win $500 who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the tweet so that we can pay them officially on Cash App, who seemingly...
Back in the game.
Connor, how do you feel?
I feel great. What time do we want to start? 9 on the cue?
Yeah, we'll give you a countdown.
Okay.
Don't foot on the line.
Yeah.
No foot on the line.
From that distance?
No foot on the line. 30 seconds is a long time, especially with a rebounder. AJ, anything to say? We got 5 seconds before we start.
Now just make the first one, Con.
1, go.
Can't hear me.
He can. No bonus ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Which one does he go? Oh, he went back.
9 seconds in. You could have shot the opposite direction, is what Tone was saying. Nice.
I really like the time one.
Go ahead and retweet this video. Say something nice to somebody and put your cash tag in the same reply so we can pay you on Cash App. 15 seconds it took you, pal.
Go.
What an incredible performance by our very own Boston Connor. Proud of you, pal.
I've been chucking them every day.
Yeah, hell yeah. You've been putting the work in for the people.
Yeah, for sure. That's why.
Be a friend, tell a friend, take 5. Let me tell a tale about this little blue can. Inside there's a nectar love from here to Japan. It's a vibe, it's a time, ice cold over lime, so sublime. This shit is divine. It's the beer of choice when you wanna rejoice. Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Hey yo boys, what's the noise? Well, us and Bud Light have made it a fish. We bring the stoogery, they bring delish. Feels like a genie just granted us a wish. Cause for all of us, it was love at first sip. Now be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Go and Drizzly Code is what? $5 off tonight. Cause if you're living life right and you're drinking Bud Light and you wake up in the morning and you fight the good fight, then you're doing A-okay, doing A-okay. Matter of fact, you're doing great no matter what they say. Now, be a bud, tell a bud to grab some Bud Lights. Go and Drizzly Code is wide, $5 off tonight. $5 off tonight.
Wide.
He's got this moxie, Aaron, for being Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick. That seems to be a trait that the great quarterbacks have, and then if you don't have, the NFL can expose you. Is that why you think Purdy's having the success that he's having and why some guys don't have the same success as others?
For as many blue chippers who've had success in the league, there's been as many and often more who were not that. We're not the number one prospect coming out of their high school. We're not the number one guy coming out of college and the first pick in the draft. You know, obviously you know about Tom, 198 different options to take him. Joe Montana was the same way. It was passed up by a ton of people. For as many Peyton Manning, first pick in the drafts, there's been a ton of these other guys. And what it does is create this chip. And the chip can be an excellent motivator for the right disposition that feels like they need a little bit extra at various times during their career, or even in just a workout. The thought to motivate you a little bit more or inspire you, I think, is really, really important to success of people who can do that. Michael Jordan, you know, used to make things up, I think, at times to be motivated, but he was also cut from his high school team. That's a pretty good motivator. But Brock was passed over by a ton of people. He went to Iowa State, I believe. He has a lifetime worth of slights that he can pull from. The moxie part, I think, is one really, really important thing. I love to use that word. It's hard to define what exactly that is, but it's that kind of it factor that encompasses, I think, a lot of different things. How you handle your day-to-day, you know, like setting the huddle, bringing energy to practice, confidence, mastery of the offense, dealing with the media, dealing with your teammates, bringing people together, all those different things that make up an important part of the quarterback quarterback position that not every guy has. Some of it is just stuff you have, personality, likability, humor, charisma, all those different things, and some of it you can work on for sure. But he obviously has that moxie, and you can see it with his teammates. They love playing with him and hyping him up in the media and talking about him glowingly, and I have nothing but respect for the way he's played, and I love seeing the underdog. I mean, I feel like that was part of my career for a long time. Obviously different. I was picked in the first round, not the last pick, but I did go to junior college and, dealt with that frustration that turned into definitely a chip I could deal with. And so a ton of respect for guys who deal with adversity and turn into a positive, and obviously Brock has done that.
How come you slip through the draft, go undrafted, then you survive on the practice squad, then you show up and it's like, how has this guy not been on a team for so long? How many different moments were you like, I think I can make it in this league, I should make it in this league, and why is nobody plucking me off of this practice squad and signing me for 4 games anywhere? What was it about, you think?
I always told my buddies, my guy Stanley Morgan was on the practice squad first year with me, and he's been a special teams guy for us, doing great things. But we all, getting out the mud type of thing, just waiting for opportunities. We've both been here for, this is year 4 for both of us there, so we always talk about getting out the mud. We always talk about on practice squad, our game day was Thursday because that was third down day. We got an opportunity to go against the number 1 D and try to show something, try to catch someone's eye there. So it's just a matter of staying patient and just waiting for opportunities.
Whenever you became like a focal point for the offense, were you prepared? Were you ready for it? Mindset day to day going into the building different, or are you still that practice squad guy and will be forever?
I think I'm still that practice squad guy, just grimy. I just got to be grimy day in and day out, and you can't get complacent. You can't let success stop your work ethic there. So I'm just trying to have some fun with it, make some plays whenever they come to me, and I don't know when it's going to come, but like in that play right there, we got a double-double, and I'm going to be single if they're doubling 2 people. So, there's a lot of weapons on this offense, but I'm going to win my one-on-one when I get my opportunities.
Hell yeah, grimy Stanford guy. Really? That sounds like a superpower. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dan in Connecticut. Lovely place here on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Dano?
Oh, what's up, Pat McAfee?
Dan, you are too young to listen to this show. I can tell through. I think. How old?
I'm not Dan. I am Owen.
Mitt. Owen, how old are you?
It's so different.
I am at 8.5.
Oh, that's cute.
8.5. If you're telling us you're half age, you're too young to be listening.
That's a record.
It stinks.
What's on your mind, pal?
What do you want to talk about, Owen?
I want to talk about how inspiring this show is and how you're inspiring this whole entire world with how you're talking about sports and how you're talking about your life experience.
Thank you, Owen.
Owen, thank you.
Love you, Owen.
Thank you,
Owen. I'm taking her on the
and also, fuck Boston College.
I will let Owen know, if you're still listening, Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Owen, the way you talk about sports is inspiring.
Yes!
I didn't know 8.5 could do that.
Wow.
Shout out Owen.
That time.
Go, Owen.
Hey, Owen. New generation in Connecticut, I guess.
He was making me feel good, too, by the way. He's making me feel good, making the show feel good. He was talking us up. He was hyping us up, and then boom, a little...
Was this Aristotle's brother?
A little misdirection from Aristotle's brother, Owen, at 8.5 there. That was awesome.
I'd say he put his balls on your forehead, but I don't think they dropped yet. So.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show fucking stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston College.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome. On this feel-good divisional round starts tomorrow, Friday, January 20th, 2023. Hour 3 starts now.
Football!
What a time.
Hell
what
yeah.
a time for football.
Unbelievable.
We're here.
What a time to be a sports fan. What a day to have a Friday, a feel-good one, because we are 26 and a half hours away from kicking off the divisional round. Who will be the final 4 standing for us to overreact about on Overreaction Monday? The Jags and the Chiefs kick it off, then the Giants and the Eagles, Bengals and Bills. Niners and Cowboys. Woo! We have 2 straight days of incredible matchups with high stakes on the line. My name is Pat McAfee. I am the host of this show. It is the dumbest show to ever grace the earth, but we are in the middle of our fucking glory hole right now. Mm-hmm. The NFL playoffs are fantastic. This man's name is AJ Hawk. AJ is the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers and just got a haircut that looks dapper.
Yeah, holy shit.
What are we doing? You re-introing everyone? You got a new audience here at the 2 o'clock hour? Is that what you're doing?
Exactly.
Real radio guy.
Yeah. Huh? Exactly.
Bingo.
We were looking
at Did Mad Dog give you some mentorship?
Barking.
Let you know?
Barking.
Sick of hearing about the book.
The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here, and all the boys in the back. We will be joined by Kirk Herbstreit, I believe, in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and send him a text and let him know that that's the case. That's not real professional.
No, you let him know.
Yeah, you told him.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Told him way earlier, too.
Because we were trying to potentially get Derek Wolfe on today to talk about hiking up a fucking mountain and stalking an American lion that is bigger than any lion that I've really seen on most documentaries of fucking Africa. You know, here in America, we got some big fucking lions that are roaming these things. This is considered a
mountain lion.
A mountain lion.
But
this is an American lion.
That is a fucking lion. Look how big that thing is. This guy played D-end in the NFL. That is a fucking lion.
6'5", Ohio fuck.
Of course.
He's an avid outdoorsman and hunter. He's obviously been ridiculed and criticized in the past for being a man who has grown up hunting and, you know, the whole art of hunting and what you learn from hunting. Listen, I am not
with a bow and arrow. I'm a bow and arrow too.
Yeah, I'm not a killer. Okay, but I understand that there are people that hate hunting and there's people that love hunting, and that is something that is just never. I don't think it's ever going to be able to coexist. So I think you both should understand that. Both sides should just understand that and just move on, I think. Nonetheless, this dude heard that there was a rural town in the mountains over there where a couple dogs were getting feasted upon by one of these local lions, and they didn't know what was going to happen next because of how fucking big this lion was. And Derek Wolfe, if I read the story correctly, put his fucking bow and arrow on his back, trekked up some fucking rocky mountains, found this lion in the lion's home, shot it with an arrow, put that fucker on his back, and was going to walk back into the village and basically say, I got the killer or whatever, I got the guy that has been demonizing us. Fell down the face of a fucking cliff while the lion was on his back, allegedly. Falls while he's doing it, picks back up, walks back out of there. You're talking about, like, what is this, the year 550?
Yeah.
Maybe 660 after Christ, whatever the thing is. This feels like it's a story from way back, and that's an NFL defensive end. It's bananas. It is crazy. We reach out to him. It was Instagram DM, so wasn't it? He responded. We responded. Miscommunication. We'll probably have him on next week. What a fucking story.
Legend.
What a situation. And you think there was any chance he was coming back alive without that liline? No way. I think he was going up that mountain. It's either me or the lion.
Prepared to die.
Yeah, I think so.
You have to be. Look how fucking big that thing is.
Yeah.
Like if he's not that great of a hunter or he gets spooked a little bit and you miss that lion, guess what? You're fucking dead.
Yeah.
That thing is eating your bones.
At altitude.
Yeah.
Rocks in its land.
Yeah.
It's territory.
That's crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about. But this is a big-time TMZ story, and what a moment there. You know, a couple dogs.
Well, what about the other picture? The other picture, I believe, that got put on the group chat where he's carrying a bear on his back and carrying it out of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's like old school. He is from Ohio. We knew, right? We knew that?
Yeah, of course.
And didn't we just say a couple weeks ago, there's going to come a moment where we're going to need an Ohio fuck to do something that is so Ohio.
You better thank him. So your dogs are out there and they get to go take a leak in peace. You can thank him.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Every once in a while, you get an Ohio guy around. There's going to be a problem that needs to be solved that the Ohio person is probably going to be the one that's going to figure it out. Now, Yinzers are saying there's a few amongst us that would do the same thing, but this is the most Ohio thing I've heard, really, to be honest with you. Killed a couple dogs. Whose dogs? Oh, got Marcy's dogs. That's what I
can't have it.
Fucking bow and arrow. Where you going, hun? It's either me or that fucking lion. Did you hear what it did to Marcy's dog? We're fucking out there. That's a movie, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a movie. This is not real life. This guy actually did this last week. That's a movie, AJ.
What a huge! Can you imagine just coming across that mountain lion in the wild? Like, and you were out there. Like, that just, man, that's terrifying.
What do they say? That happens on like trails. You do trails. This is where we learned of the American lions being fucking dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Because we always think, I guess me as somebody that doesn't live in mountain lion area, like, oh, the American lion's just a little baby back bitch.
Not a
You
real
know what I
lion.
mean? It's not as fast, probably. Not as strong.
No
not
way.
as big. It's just a little baby back bitch lion. It don't have the mane. It ain't nothing. And then as the internet continued to evolve and you start to see more interactions, it's like, wait a minute.
No.
Our lion is a dog, dude. There was one where it won on its back paws. This one we were introduced.
Yep.
A walker was walking up a trail, all of a sudden came across an American lion and its litter, I guess.
Offspring.
Litter, whatever it is. So this lion was pissed, and this lion just fucking like walks out in front of it like, excuse me. And then the person's scared to death. It gets on its hind legs and starts fucking, and it's fucking like a viper, almost like a cobra. What is that? A cobra, I guess it stands up. And then we started looking into American lions. These things are a real fucking deal. Like, do not want to encounter them at all. And I would have just been like, oh, little bobcat, just fucking get the hell out of here. It's like, no, we got some safari shit going on up over there.
To your point about the Western PA and Ohio, he's from East Liverpool, Ohio, which is about 3 miles from the PA border. He's about 40 miles from Gold Lot, Acrisure Stadium, 1 hour drive. So he's got the best of both worlds. Okay?
Yeah, I assume his family has visited Rivers Casino whenever Pennsylvania had gambling and Ohio did not. A lot of Ohio fucks coming into Yinzer world and probably losing at that Rivers Casino because there's only losers in there. But yes, Derek Wolf, the man that goes up there to get that lion, crazy. And I didn't know we had those.
No.
I had no idea we had those in our country.
A famous one just died out in L.A. The one that was, they had it tagged and they tracked it. It just died.
So they
Look at
tagged.
the L.A. one. He was in whatever, like by the Hollywood sign and stuff. There's cool pictures of him.
What do they say? These things just kind of roam, and what do they eat? What do they do?
Whatever
celebrities'
they
dogs.
decide.
Jessica Simpson's dog.
Rodents.
That's not talked about a lot out there.
Fucking
Well, you hear about celebrities when their dogs get eaten or taken away. It's always mountain lions.
Lady Gaga.
Coyotes too. but
Coyotes.
mountain
Yeah,
lions
next
are
door
scary.
app, I saw a dog got taken into our plan fucking 2 weeks ago.
Oh, blast a coyote.
Coyote came through and got a dog?
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time.
I thought they couldn't get.
Not my fucking dog.
Yeah, I
but-
don't. Oh, they get those little tiny ones,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I guess if people have them out like in their, they can obviously they'll jump a little fence and snatch that thing.
We have a couple foxes at the house, the new house, and they just
Yeah,
kind
they're not
of
scary.
run around in the back. And I guess they've probably got all the fish in the pond that we have back
Oh,
there.
no.
They're doing whatever they're
Oh.
doing. But they're awesome. These things are awesome looking. And I
Yeah.
guess they have a potential to be like a little bit. You just kick that thing. I mean,
Yeah, they're not very big.
Yeah,
Foxes aren't that
just
big.
like coyote too. You know, if everything,
Yeah.
can't you just boot those things right in the head?
Some of those coyotes can get pretty big. They can get decent size.
I guess we're talking to JC who lives out in the fucking sticks here in Indiana. He's talking about the coyotes being like real problems.
Legit.
Obviously.
Big
like,
time.
You know, all the building, all the like you know, by
Mean cuss.
Evie's house, all those factories going up and everything.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
do they go? They got to come right in your living room.
All right, let's give him a call.
Those foxes, they're done picking apart the dead corpses at your other house, and they said we'll just go over his new house, see if
Yeah.
we get fed over there.
Yeah,
Follow the
for
scent.
sure.
We've
Fruity
absolutely
Pebbles, yeah.
obliterated these raccoons.
These are little foxes. These ones are a little couple. They do a lot of wrestling and stuff. I think they're going to grow real big.
Oh, it's like Fox and a Hound.
Well, Chuck.
Todd and Copper.
I don't know what their name is. That the name?
That's
Fox and a
Hound.
Hound. Great movie. Sad movie. I cried a
Very,
lot.
very sad.
Never seen it, but there was like a bar run there, the Fox and the Hound. It was like a franchise.
Yeah.
Do you
You better
remember
get
that?
Chuck one of those
There's one in
coyote
Centerville.
vests.
If a
The
coyote
spikes on
fucks
it.
around and accidentally tries to attack Chuck, I mean that coyote is in for. I mean that's a bad. He's the largest corgi on earth. There was a.
Yeah, that's
It's
why,
a big meal.
That's why he's in trouble, because the coyote knows he's eating for
dinner
2
for-
years.
Or the coyote's breaking his back trying to pick him up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Chuck must be. You know, they say like Andre the Giant had a pituitary gland
Right.
Sure.
that continued to do its thing.
Yeah.
Chuck, I think, has similar thing. He's only growing, and he can still
Got
jump.
diabetes. That's what he
I
has.
feel
No, he can
does.
still jump though. He's still athletic as fuck. Like it's not like it's an
That's
interesting.
impressive.
He'll jump off the bed. I'm like, oh, he's breaking all 4 of his legs. Right now, it's about to happen. All 4 of his legs are about to just go boom, and he does it at all. He hits it, and then he'll turn around and he'll fucking jump back. He's a very impressive, massive creature. So what I'm saying is that coyote. I think the Coyotes definitely smaller than Chuck at this stage. In Indiana, I think I don't know if we're getting these big Coyotes.
Much taller. Chuck's a little short little guy though, right?
Yeah, but he's a herding creature. Remember, corgis are herding animal. He's an asshole. Now, let's not. Chuck is an asshole too. He's large and he's an asshole. I think he would win battle against Coyote. I think.
Nice.
But these Foxes are going to fuck around and find out, I think.
I was going to say, you make a good point about the Foxes. They may be small and cute right now, but I'd say this weekend or whenever you can, get out there, kick one of them in the stomach as hard as you can, lay down the law right away. Let them know. Exactly. Hey, yeah, like you guys you can hang out in the backyard. You can do whatever you want. If you get too close, if you try to, threaten us, I'm going to kick you so fucking hard in the stomach, you're going to wish you never existed. Okay? And they'll respect that.
Eating the fish are fine.
Right.
Okay? The fish are fine.
Attack the oversized corgi.
Yep. We're going to have a problem.
Can't have it.
It's going to be bad.
I don't think foxes are attacking dogs. Are they?
Not yet.
I don't think so.
think
Foxes
they're
are smaller, man.
Yeah.
It's probably a pretty cute little thing.
Yeah, very cute.
They have a good little tail.
Coyotes are a problem, though.
All right, joining us now is a man who, big dog fan.
Yeah.
Big dog fan. Great dog dad.
That's right.
Great.
Also the face of college football, and now the voice of the NFL on Thursday nights alongside Al Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Kirk!
Herbie,
Here we go.
How you doing, Herbie?
I'm good. I think Fox are afraid of dogs. I don't think a fox is going to mess with a dog.
What about a coyote? You think coyote could get, not your dogs, I don't think it could get your dogs.
I think a coyote, because I had a golden when I lived in Columbus, and he was just in the backyard, middle of the day, roaming across the backyard, and one of our goldens got out and went after him. And he initially wanted to run away from the golden, and then when the golden got too close, his back went up.
Oh, yeah.
And he was ready to fight, and I got the golden back away from him. So I think a small dog, those coyotes will definitely go after a small dog.
Oh, you think they're scared of big dogs, though? Because when the big dog leaves the porch, the little coyote bitch kind of runs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. And by the way, that's dictionary version of the word that I just said.
Yep.
Did you hear about what Derek Wolfe did? He's an Ohio guy.
I saw the picture. He went up after that damn thing on a mission.
Yeah.
You guys know him? AJ, you know?
I wish.
AJ, do you know?
I do not. I wish I did. Now I definitely want to reach out and shake his hand for sure.
We would like to shake his hand. We would love to shake his hand if he's watching.
Did you see how massive that mountain lion was?
Did you know we had those? Did you know our lions were just as big as their lions? I didn't know that our lion. I thought American lions were little baby back lion. I didn't know we have that out there. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Dude, imagine if you're just out there skipping along on a walk and that thing comes up on you.
You're dead.
Yes.
This is a movie.
Gone. You're gone.
Those are supposed to be in other countries.
Yes.
Right.
Not ours. That thing's a real deal.
Oh, this is America.
We don't want anything to do with that.
Hey, no, actually, though, we would like to acknowledge that we have a fucking badass creature, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let's remember that.
Yes.
I feel it's like...
We did until Big Derek took care of it. I don't know if we have any more.
Yeah, we got even better. Yeah, we got even better creatures that are roaming the state of Ohio somehow every single day. Herbie, we can't thank you enough for joining us on this Feel Good Friday. We got a big divisional round weekend in the NFL, a league that you've covered closer than you've ever covered in your entire career this year as the voice of Thursday Night Football alongside Al Michaels. Let's dive into these games, Kirk. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it. 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, of live action. The Jags and the Chiefs kick off at 4:30. That is 26 hours and 13 minutes from right now.
Oh, yeah.
The divisional round will be kicking off. 8.5-point spread feels like a lot, especially for this Jacksonville team. Chiefs could just buzzsaw them as well. In the hum of the Chiefs. What are your thoughts on it, Herbie?
I think this just has that feeling that here's a team. I did the Jags late in the year when they played the Jets. And it was right in the middle of where they were starting to gain some momentum and some confidence, and especially the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I think people sleep on how effective ETN has been for this offense now that he's healthy. All the attention's going to Trevor, and it should, and the receivers. But I think ETN's kind of an X factor in that offense, catching the ball to the backfield. He's like a receiver playing tailback. He runs physical. I wouldn't be surprised, with nothing to lose, playing with house money, that the Jags hang around in a game that many people think, fun little story, they're done. I see Trevor Lawrence in this offense hanging around with Mahomes. And then eventually they won't have enough to close it out. I think the Chiefs obviously going to win the game. But I think that game's competitive. What is that, 8.5?
9? I think Tone just said, though, that thing started 9.5.
The first game they played this year, we were talking about it earlier, was 9.5.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
27-17.
Okay, yeah, he just texted me.
To me, that game's closer, and it's just a matter of do the Chiefs get a late score to end up covering. But I think that game's competitive. But I like the Chiefs.
I think we all kind of feel a very similar fashion. AJ and I have not given our official picks yet. We will to wrap up this show. But definitely listening to every word you're saying. Right, AJ? I mean, we're listening to the Herbie right now.
Yeah, no question.
Herbie, I think you're spot on with ETN, too.
You dog.
Yeah, like
Herbie, what about Trevor Lawrence?
Best
What do you think of Trevor Lawrence, especially the second half of this season? What do you think of his play?
I think he's got, like a lot of quarterbacks, AJ, that you've been around, either competed against or on your team. Early in their careers, the game's moving really fast. And as they get through more reps, and I think he's a guy that would tell you he was willing to grow through failure. And I think he took advantage of some opportunities last year to, a lot of people looked at him as a potential bust. People, how quick they are to jump the gun. This guy just kind of went back to work, got a new system with Doug Peterson. I think they got better around him. I talked with their GM leading up to that Jets game, and they said, we made a determination. We brought Doug in. We were all in on Trevor Lawrence. And what do we got to do to be better as an offense? We got to build around him. So look at the free agents that they brought around him at receiver, up front on the offensive line. ETN now basically is like a rookie because he was out all last year. So they built themselves a better group around Trevor. And Trevor has just slowly, quietly been getting better and better, and the game is slowing down, so he's making quicker decisions. So I think this dude is putting him in there in the future with Burrow and Mahomes and Allen. All those dudes. I just think he's going to become part of this new wave of quarterbacks. I think he's the real deal, and I think he's going to make some big plays on Saturday.
So obviously Jacksonville was going to keep Trevor Lawrence after his first year, and whenever they're doing their new coaching search after the Urban Meyer experience the first year. Did Doug Peterson have to come in and pitch what he would do with Trevor Lawrence? I assume, right? And that's going to be happening with Kyler. That's going to be happening with Russ. That is kind of a model. The success has happened with Doug and Trevor immediately. I assume he had to pitch. Do you know anything about that, what Doug maybe said?
Yeah, I don't think it was a pitch. I just think it was respect for what he'd already accomplished in his career as a coach. And I think it was, I'm sure he sat down and talked about how excited he would be to work with Trevor. But I think it was also more of a group effort with what, like I said, what they wanted to do and building the pieces around him. I think the Bengals put the blueprint out there. When you have a quarterback, again, Burrow gets all the attention, but look at Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Now you have a tight end. There's so many weapons. You can't take Jamar Chase away and think that you've stopped the Bengals. So I think the answer when you have a quarterback like that is find 3 or 4 pieces. Yeah. Even Evan Ingram, the tight end,
weapons.
He gets one-on-one against a linebacker, he wins. So they really have done a great job of building around him. But yeah, I think Doug, what he did in Philly and his temperament, they wanted to go from one extreme with Urban to another with Doug, and I think it's worked out this year, second half of the season.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a thing that a lot of teams are going to look at and say, look what they did. Maybe we could do that. Let's go to the next game. We'll kind of motorboat through the Giants and the Eagles. Jalen Hurts has a little bit of a hurt shoulder.
Yep.
Lane Johnson testing a groin, doesn't know how he's going to do. Let's assume he'll do great because that's what he's done. Daboll and the boys are dancing all week. 7.5 point spread. How do you see this one going, Herbie?
I'm a Daboll guy. Loved him when he was in college. Followed him, did a bunch of Alabama games when he was the OC that year. He was the OC the year that they sat Jalen Hurts in the second half and brought Tua in. And that overtime last play of the game when he hit Smitty on that down the left sideline to win the national championship. He was the OC that year. And then he went back up to the NFL with Buffalo, and obviously he's now the head coach. And I think I don't know if you guys watched the Giants early in the year. This is a franchise that's been struggling for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you remember early in the year, he went for it kind of unconventionally to try to win a game and showed those players that he believed in them, and it worked out. And I just remember the reaction from those players.
Tennessee.
It's like, we got it. We got a guy, and I just think that there's something really unique with Daboll's leadership that these guys are buying into. Saquon is healthy. But it's at Philly. I mean, we're sitting here speculating on Jalen, on how healthy he is, and he's going to be back to doing what he's doing, where they built their offense around his ability to run and throw. So I'm going to assume that he's okay. But I just feel like it's another game that's going to be really, really close. And I think Philly, with the home field advantage, assuming that Jalen Hurts is okay, I think they'll win the game. But I think it's going to be a slugfest, typical divisional rival meeting up in the postseason.
Hell yeah.
I think they'll swing hard, and I think Philly will survive and advance.
That'd be great for the NFL, especially after Super Wild Card Weekend was having such a banger after banger after banger. Shout out to Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. But with what you're saying with the Jags and the Chiefs, great game. Giants-Eagles, great game. We think so too. Now Bengals-Bills, 5.5-point spread. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I think there's going to be a lot of emotion.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have already heard. Is DeMar going to be at the game?
It depends on what we have thoughts that maybe he comes out on a quad or an ATV, but then there's also reports that maybe he's not ready yet. So we don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know any. I had heard I think he was physically at a practice or something like that.
He's been around. Gabe Davis said he's around.
So,
Von Miller said, there you go, right there, actually. So he's been in the building.
So I think first and foremost, we're all thinking about anytime you see Bengals, Bills, and the Bengals playing. You think about what went on that night. It just makes me wonder if DeMar is in a place where he's physically able to come and be there with his boys. That you imagine what that would do as far as the energy on that sideline and in that stadium if he were able to come back, and how ironic that they'd be playing the team where he went down. So that to me is not only would it be great to see him, but I think it could impact the spirit of the Bills if he were there to be able to attend the game in person. I'm a Joe Burrow guy. I'm a Josh Allen guy. This to me is,
Oh no!
This is
Bury
like
one of them.
This is the game of the weekend, boys. This is
3 o'clock. Interesting.
Yeah, get ready for next
This
weekend.
is I think that I just can't go against Joe Burrow.
Bengals go into Buffalo. Get a win. Herbie. Internet's going to say you don't like Buffalo.
It's going to hate the Bills.
That's not real, though. That is not real life.
It's not real.
That's like whenever we pick those games in college football. Jeez Louise.
How much fun did you have with that this year?
It was a blast, but then, it's easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's easy come, easy go with these fan bases, dude.
Bro, it's like you walked into their kitchen, tapped them on the shoulder, and smacked them across the face as hard as you can when you pick their team to lose.
Yeah,
That's
we're being forced right now. And by the way, the other team has the same feelings towards us if we pick against them. So we are put in quite a predicament here. But it's easy. You pick them, though, the next week. They're back.
Back in good grace.
It is. It's a wild ride. That has been something I couldn't have expected. And the last one here, Sunday Night Football, divisional round, Cowboys, Niners, publicly, television. A lot of Cowboys picks. Cowboys. A lot of people on TV with graphics. Cowboys underneath them. We didn't expect that. Ninkovich was the only one this morning that picked the Niners. What do you think here? 3.5-point spread.
First of all, again, another team I did late in the year. I did the Cowboys and the Titans late in the year. It wasn't a great night for Dak. I just feel like Dak, anytime you're the quarterback of the Cowboys, right? It's never as good as they say. It's never as bad as they say. It's funny to watch people talk about if Dak has a good game, that's the best I've ever seen. If he has a bad game, that's the worst I've ever seen. And I just feel like the last game out, didn't he just look like he was in command? I mean, he looked incredible. He played it about as well as I think he can play within that system. He and Kellen Moore were cranking. With that being said, dude, I just think it's a different deal. You know how I feel about San Fran, DeMeco Ryans, that defense, Bosa, that defensive line. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball as well as they did last week. They're going to put a lot on Dak and that offensive line in obvious passing situations on the road against that defense. And then Brock Purdy, again, we talked about him earlier this week. Everybody wants to see him take that next. Can he do this? Yeah, he did. Can he do this? Yeah, he did that. Now we're in the postseason. Yes, he can do that. So I think the 49ers at home win that game.
We appreciate you, Herbie. You know you're busy as hell. You're the best. You're the man. We're very thankful that you take time out of your life to stop by here. We appreciate it.
I love being on with you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kirk.
Give me some stuff because Ohio bets now. So give me the boys. Give me some stuff there, okay?
Didn't I tell you? I told you Connor, and then he hit yesterday. Did you see what he hit yesterday?
No.
Yeah, exactly. We'll send it to you. It's absurd. Connor's hitting right now. We'll tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit. Yeah, him trying to learn it over the last 20 days.
Yeah.
Like he actually, old school human, Kirk Herbstreit. Like until it was legal, Kirk Herbstreit was not.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Like that's an interesting thing. You know, like didn't even dabble or think about it, even though it was very much in his world on a regular basis.
Has a ton of info on the teams.
Like he didn't even want to go there almost. And I think he still will be like that with college football and everything. But he's trying to do what he knows about college football, like for basketball. Like he's trying to get into it. It's been fun watching him. And I told him, I'm like, hey, Connor's got me doing some parlays. You know, we've hit a couple, we've lost a few. Nobody's going to win every time. But if he sends me one that's big boy, I'll send it over. He'd be like, thank you. Yes, please do that. And then Connor just hit one yesterday that was stupid. Did you hear about this, AJ?
I did not. No. I know he's hit a bunch of them, though.
Last second 3-point shot by Bojan
Bogdanovich.
This game was in Paris, middle of the day. The Bulls pull their starters because they're up so much.
Yep, minute left.
Needed Bogdanovich to get 25 points.
Bingo. He had 22 points.
Classic lose.
Yeah, it's over. I actually started bitching and crying and moaning.
How many legs? How many legs was it?
It was 6 or 7 legs, I think.
6 or 7 leg parlay.
6 legs.
On this basketball game in Paris in the middle of the day. Chicago Bulls versus
the Detroit
Pistons. Connor has a 6-leg parlay on it on this one game. They just start going boom, 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 boom. And then it's just sitting on this one guy to score 25 points. He has 22. Bulls sub everybody out, so he assumes game's over. That's like with 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left.
Less, like minute left.
Like it's over.
Yeah.
He's bitching, this guy.
What the fuck?
He just hit like a plus 45,000 the other day. He's like, this should have been like bitching about it. I'm like, all right, like 6-leg parlay, dude. Plus, what is it? What did it end up being?
I think it was 4,500. Yeah, 45 plus awesome. 45.68.
It's crazy. This dude's hitting these like fucking every other day at this point. It's
I like those. That's how I like the things with the great odds that are big time, like the risk reward. I love that. I like doing parlays.
Hey, proud of you, buddy.
Hey, let's keep it going. It doesn't matter now because Boston didn't score a goal last night, unfortunately. So and fucking Embiid and Dillard were messing around not scoring the basketball.
As I was leaving the Thunderdome, Connor rolls down window and goes, remember, Embiid and Dillard tonight, 35 each, playing against each other, and then rolls window up and drives away. I'm like, he's told me that 10 times today, and the last thing he wanted to say to me before he leaves, this is it. He's hit all these. We didn't hit last night. It's going to happen.
No, yeah, it's going to happen. And Monday, we actually, this was going back to the Embiid and Dillard because I think it was Monday or Tuesday is when we took them both to score 35, and they did.
The gambling's a funny situation, AJ, isn't it? Now that you're doing it a little bit more over there in Ohio, it's crazy how they know so much about so many things.
Yeah, it's absurd.
How do they get all their info? Everyone that puts all these together and puts the lines together, who are they talking to?
Well, and also the mind fuck that you go through when you're trying to figure out if somebody's going to do something or not. I run through a game maybe 10 different ways whenever I'm just looking at different bets. I'm like, Christian McCaffrey, 2 tuds, that could easily.
That's simple.
Yeah.
But what if Debo's back and they're giving the ball more to Debo? And Christian McCaffrey was scoring 2 touchdowns when Debo wasn't healthy. Then you start going through all that shit, and then you're like, and then with this defense, you're not going to be probably going to throw the ball a little bit more. And who's he like? He likes Kittle, so then maybe Kittle 2 tuds. Like it's unbelievable what it does, doesn't it?
You can talk yourself into a lot. You can talk yourself into pretty much anything.
Or out of anything. You can talk yourself into anything or out of anything. It is
fun.
Yeah, NBA, they really don't know right now either what to do with some players. Like Embiid, for instance, last night he was, I think, like minus 120 to score 35 points. Obviously, he didn't. But Luka really is kind of the enigma right now in the NBA. They don't know what to set his odds at because he scored 18 points in the game 2 nights ago, right? So obviously you think, okay, then he's probably going to get 40, and he only ends up with 30 because they just double him. So like everything they do with Luka, they're not sure what's going to happen because they change how teams guard him and everything.
Yeah, our team's going to feel confident enough.
Yeah.
and letting their zone or their man handle this guy that is mastered walking and dribbling at the same time.
Yeah.
Mastered it.
Yep.
I said that on the Megacast thing.
The natty.
And as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, that is a good way to describe what he has done. Because you watch him, it's like, is that a try? I don't think. I guess
Moving so slow.
technically, he did pick up his dribble right after. Ooh. And he's just like, he does 4 fakes somehow.
Yeah.
In the amount, and then he'll do a pass, and it's literally in slow motion. It is unbelievable watching him control a game.
Yeah, he's the best player in the league.
And he plays defense.
Yeah, he does.
And his defense is the same thing. He just like takes like 3 steps, and it's like, yep, all right, that's mine, thank you. And then
Then he weaves in between 7 guys and hits some crazy and one.
Yeah, and he's
or takes a fadeaway 3 from the half
It's like
court and makes
6'7".
yeah, he just last night or 2 nights ago. They had been guarding him. He'd been going in and doing all the work, and they weren't getting points or whatever. So he just came down and was just like, all right, yep. And then boom, step back 3, knocked it down. That was the entire series.
Yep.
And I'm like, he should do that every single time. Next time he came down, boom, step back 3 from like fucking half court almost.
Logo. Yeah.
It's like and then if somebody rides up on him, then he just goes by him, boom, foul, and we're.
What's their offense? Like, if you watch
him.
them play, like, what? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, if you're playing on this team, that'd be kind of tough. You almost like, do you feel bad ever taking a shot?
No, you just got to be ready.
He's
This
ready
is
at
like
all
a James
times.
Harden. This is James Harden offense,
Yeah.
right? Like back in the day, but he passes a lot
Be
more
ready.
than James Harden used to, I think.
Yes, and that's like the kind of Achilles heel that not me or kind of the casual fan would think, but like when Charles Barkley or Shaq talks about him, they talk about how it's impossible for Luka to ever win anything significant because of the way he plays that it's just 1-on-5, and if you're not where he thinks you are, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, because he's looking to pass whenever he has to.
Exactly.
Because there's going to come moments where he's up in the air and he is slow-mo walk somehow to the length that it can be.
Yeah.
He's trying to extend it a little bit more, and then there's like a Hail Mary throw almost to a spot every single. It's fascinating. He is
Same thing with old buddy in Denver, though, leading the league, I think, in
Jokic.
points.
Jokic
Yeah.
is
so
awesome.
big.
Yeah, he's won back-to-back MVPs. They're talking about him winning
Like
again.
7-foot point guard, basically. isn't he?
I've never seen him on any of these shows.
No, never.
Yeah, why don't they show?
He's back-to-back
Why isn't he on
MVP
there?
winner. I don't know.
But Denver. I don't
It's the
give a
quietest back-to-back MVP ever in the NBA, I feel like.
fuck. Yeah, he's also
Maybe in anything.
Yeah.
If there was a back-to-back MVP lacrosse player in the PLO, I bet you there would be a full media run.
Oh yeah.
absolutely. He also just passed. He's the all-time leader in assists now in the history of the Denver Nuggets, and he plays center. He just passed that guy. He's only played.
How many years has he been in
He's
the
only
league?
played for like 6 years. Yeah,
What a stud, dude. And he's healthy, right? He plays.
yeah. He's an Iron Man.
Incredibly skilled.
He's pretty cool to watch.
The European dudes, they're just fundamentals. Just
Yeah, everybody says that Luka, growing up as a teenager, played in more hostile environments than the NBA could ever be, with harder players and harder fouls and everything. They act like he was raised in prison ball.
yeah.
Like Luka was raised with prison rules playing basketball in the most hostile environments imaginable. And it's like, oh, so literally nothing will rattle him in the NBA, and it seems like that's been the case.
Oh yeah, and then you see some of the clips that come out of these stadiums, and it's real. They're lighting off flares and shit like inside the stadium, and it is just absolute madness.
Well, and in Slovenia, you're playing against grown men when you're 16, as opposed to like just playing high school basketball over here, where you're just if you're better than everyone else, you're just beating the shit out of them. Like,
Let's keep winning, huh?
Yeah, come on.
Let's keep winning these bets. Let's remember that he did grow up playing against grown men.
Exactly. He's playing tonight.
Against who?
Not sure. I know I bet on him to score 40 points, but I'm not sure who he's playing.
Connor is the most optimistic gambler of all time, too. Everybody's going to have a massive night all the time.
It's tough.
And I think I do love that about you, but you've been winning. You deserve all the praise, pal.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hey, let's make some picks and let's get the hell out of here on this Feel Good. Divisional round starts tomorrow, Friday. Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the home of the Chiefs. 8.5-point spread, AJ, your thoughts?
Man, 8.5 does feel like a lot for this one. But, I was wavering a little bit before Kirk came on, but Kirk gave me a little bit of confidence in Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. So I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'll take the Jags plus 8.5.
I've been on the Jags plus 8.5 all week until this moment right now.
Wow.
My spirit, my soul just told my brain, Pal, Super Bowl last week for Jacksonville.
True.
Pal, what are we talking about? It's the playoffs. Showtime, Patty Mahomes is getting an opportunity to showcase to 40 million people why he is Patrick Mahomes. They're trying to build a destiny. I love the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Jacksonville Jaguars fans should be pumped that they're even in this divisional round weekend this quickly after hiring Doug Peterson. Give me the Chiefs, minus 8.5. Why did I do this again? Why did I do this again? I do this every fucking time.
Chiefs could win by 21.
They could, and I say that every single week.
Also, looking at the records, if you are to win this week, you will clinch the year overall.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay. I got the Chiefs minus 8.5.
Okay.
AJ's got plus 8.5 with the Jags. Let's go to the next game. New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles. Whenever you talk about a division rivalry and you talk about the divisional round, you talk about the Giants and Eagles putting on a barn burner, an instant classic, something we'll remember forever, not only in this series, but in the NFL. Saturday night, divisional round. AJ, how do you see it going?
So I'm not going to beat around the bush here. You know I don't like to do that. Give me the Eagles minus 7.5. I have a feeling you're on the Giants.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor to say that for this particular game, I am on the side of AJ Hawk.
Wow.
Minus 7.5.
I was going back and forth on this one too, but I like the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not going to take a loss on this one to you. Like, I think that is just whatever you would have picked here, I would have picked. And I assume if I was on set somewhere making the picks, you would have probably done the same thing because this could go either way. Bruce Bronovich is up near a microphone. Bruce, last week you gave us like a woe is me type speech. What do you think this week with the Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles?
The Giants are going to cover the 7.5. It's the first time really good on good this year. Much was made about us benching our starters in the second matchup, but in the first one, our entire defense is basically out. They're going to be, ready to go for this one, and Dory Jackson will take away A.J. Brown, and we'll cover the 7.5.
I have some news for the world.
Okay.
I'm taking the New York Giants.
Wow. I was going to say, you're big on vibes. They've been grittying and dancing all week.
Yeah, they have.
The Eagles are 24-7 against the Giants in the last 31 meetings, though.
Great. Money line, Eagles, 7.5. That's a 10-point game could happen.
I believe the Giants, Bruce, you might know this for a fact or not, but I believe the Giants
I put the X on the other one, too. I put this is the button. I push this little back button. Boom. Look at that. No more X.
We'll circle back.
This one's tough.
I think they're 6-0 versus 1 seeds in their last 6 games.
I believe they are as well.
Who cares about any of that?
The Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, they've only lost in the divisional round once in
Different
my
team,
life.
different year.
Whole different building. Whole different everything.
Oh, Dayball.
All right, I'll take Giants plus 7.5. It's a divisional game. Feels like it's going to be close.
Yep.
Let's go.
Like the Eagles, though. I do think the Chiefs and the Eagles might come out a little slow.
Yep.
Maybe. There's a chance. Or Chiefs come out and just score 40 off their first 5 series somehow.
Also possible.
Seen it with the Chiefs. I mean, that 24-0 game against the Texans, that was a divisional round.
Let's go Bengals and Bills. Obviously, there's an energy about this game from both sides. The Buffalo Bills are pumped to be hosting the divisional round, and they're on a mission to right the wrongs of last year with that overtime coin toss when they weren't able to get off the field and let Josh Allen back at it. If you look at the stats of Josh Allen in the playoffs, he's the guy of the playoffs. He is fantastic. It feels as if the whole team's going to be wearing 3s on their chains whenever they arrive on Sunday at the game. Damar Hamlin might be back in the building. He might have the ATV leading the whole team out there. And that feels like a moment that Joey Burrow and the boys would love to ruin. Joe Burrow and the boys seemingly love to go into your house, into your trap, and take your trap. They did it last year. They went in Tennessee. They went in Kansas City. Then they went to the Super Bowl against L.A. in L.A., almost fucking won that thing. Going into Buffalo and winning this game would be a huge moment in the sucking the soul out of a stadium category.
Yeah.
AJ, who do you like?
This is another one. I mean, are the spreads usually this big for the divisional round? Do we know? Like, going back at history, we don't have to go look at it now, but these just feel like big spreads to me.
8.5, 7.5, certainly large, more than one score games, but also I think that's because how much respect we have for all the teams that are playing. Yeah. You know, like this isn't standard Jacksonville Jaguars. This is obviously a new Jacksonville Jaguars. They're playing in the divisional round. So 8.5 is big. Like that feels like that's big in all of our eyes. Giants is a brand new Giants. Like the Eagles #1 seed, but the Giants as of late have been an absolute buzzsaw playing vastly differently. So 7.5, that feels like a big spread in our eyes. I think it's just the respect we have for the teams, AJ. I think.
Yes. Okay. Well, nonetheless, with that being said, give me the Bengals plus 5.5.
Give me the Bills minus 5.5. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Jesse Bates, the third.
I mean, it's only a
Davis.
touchdown.
Give me the Bills minus 5.5. Jeez.
From what Gabe Davis looked like after you asked him about DeMar, for some reason it gave me the feeling that, yes, he will be walking out with the team.
Something. Does feel like something.
Something.
We are different on every pick. This is good.
That is good.
And last year, thinking about the spreads, also the Titans Bengals, I believe that was a bigger spread because that was a 1 seed versus 4 seed, and then Niners Packers I thought was a little closer because of the weather, but the spreads definitely weren't this big across the board.
I was trying to read a stat on Patrick Mahomes over there on ESPN across the bottom. I think he has 3 straight games of 3-something or whatever the case. I thought it was going to maybe make me smarter, and I thought I saw a Bills one too.
With 3 pass TDs.
Yeah, okay. He's great. Let's go to the last one here. Cowboys, Niners. AJ, it's the last game of the weekend. Woo! Got good on good in a lot of places that are going to be entertaining one-on-one matchups. Your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I would not be upset at all if the Cowboys won. I am fans of what they have going there, Big Mike and the rest of the crew.
Hell
But give me
yeah.
the Niners minus 3.5.
Okay. AJ loves Big Mike, loves the Cowboys. Congrats on your big win over the Buccaneers, says AJ. Says a lot of people. A lot of the public opinion on a lot of these TV shows with graphics. You got the Cowboys star, not to cover. No, not getting 3.5 points. To win
the
straight
game.
up. These people all have stats and analytics people, and they have inside sources, and vibes are high, apparently, for the Dallas Cowboys across the board. I have my eyes on those fucking Niners. The jungle cat that plays left edge rush most of the time for their defense.
What?
Bosa is a fucking animal. I understand the Micah also animal. He's got to stare down Trent Williams, who also fucking animal. When you talk about George Kittle becoming George Kittle yet again with Purdy at quarterback, it has been awesome to watch. He obviously road grades people and runs them off the ball, but he has become a legit bona fide through-the-air threat for Brock Purdy and this Niners team, scoring touchdowns all the time. Christian McCaffrey, they trade for in the middle of the season. He's become their point guy. He's still unstoppable, running through contact when he should be taking it easy because if he gets hurt, normally the team he's on is terrible, but that's not the case with the Niners because they got Deebo Samuel, who just got back from being injured and banged up. He comes back. What's he have? I don't know, a different gear to outrun everybody somehow. Ayuk has come full circle, not only with Brock Purdy, but he's dogging people down the field, blocking, setting the whole thing up. Kyle Shanahan still has 28-3 on the mind.
Yeah.
I like the Niners as well. I like Brock Purdy, and I am excited that we have 4 more weekends of football that we can talk about. I am excited that we have a divisional round on Saturday and Sunday where we're going to be able to be entertained and we're going to be able to watch thrilling matchups this weekend. Let's take this in. Let's enjoy it. Let's win all of our bets.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
They're all hitting.
Now, we do have to create a boost. We were thinking about doing it on the show. I think we should really dial it in because we only have 4 weekends left to do this.
That's right.
Only 4 more weekends to do, and we don't know about Pro Bowl. Maybe only 3 more weekends to do this with FanDuel, okay? So let's make these.
Make it happen.
Let's win these. Let's brainstorm like we were doing last week, not as a separate group, but as a full entity.
Team.
Let's win, boys.
Come on now. Come on now. Finish strong.
Big thanks to Lil Latte, Gabe Davis, and Kirk Herbstreit for stopping by today. All of our guests this week have been fantastic. Big shout out to Darius and Chuck and AQ for traveling out here. AJ, you've done fantastic work this week.
Way to go, Hawker.
Yep, thank you.
The boys, you guys were great this week. I learned about nature's Tylenol. I learned about bopping after you poop, maybe. What's that?
What was nature's Tylenol again?
Well, if I do quote the doctors correctly, it's when you have a tummy ache after you poop, sometimes you need to bop your meat.
Yeah. Bingo.
Dr. Ty?
Bingo. Nailed it.
I thought it was during. I thought it had to happen during the dump.
Not necessarily, because usually, if you have a good dump, it'll get rid of the tummy ache. But if it doesn't get rid of the tummy ache, crack stick.
If you do it during, that's extra strength.
Yeah.
Great work, Nick. Proud of you, buddy. Hell of a week out of you.
Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. Everybody in the back, great work. We appreciate everybody for watching. You are the greatest humans on earth. Before we get out of here, we have to do a giveaway contest of some sort. And to do that, Bruce Branovich.
Hell yeah.
Here you go, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on down.
Blue collar, Bruce. Represent.
Come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce.
Oh,
boy, tough start.
That's all right. That's all right. I thought you were going to go down there.
New Balances, too.
Hold on, though. Yeah. Very fresh New Balances. Clean. New York Fire Department cap on. Brian Daboll goatee on the face.
Hell
yeah.
Blue collar Bruce is ready to win 15 people.
Whoa.
$500. If this Giants fan can make a football into that hoop over there, all you got to do is retweet this video, say something nice to somebody in a reply, and in that same reply, put your cash tag in there so we can pay you officially on Cash App. AJ, Bruce can hear you. Do you have any motivating words or thoughts?
Oh, I've spent time with Bruce. I know Bruce is going to drain this first one. His confidence is an all-time high. I know he can't hear me. You could.
Okay.
Yeah, he can.
Sling that
Yeah,
thing.
he can. Oh, I was just trying to make you confidently. He can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah.
He's 20 years older with that goatee.
Yeah.
20 years older?
Yeah, I think. It makes him look like established, like a
He
older
said
gentleman.
you look good with that goatee. Yeah. Now, why don't you win 15 people $500?
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
For the Giants, for the people, for Daboll.
Oh.
Man, Bruce.
Not a bad start there for Brucey. Okay.
Don't
you
fucking
all right?
baby
It's all right. Yeah,
Don't
same throw.
Put it in the hole.
First one.
Don't you worry about nothing, Bruce.
There it is.
Bang! Oh,
It's all right.
Bruce, you all right?
Mimic the first
Too
one.
jacked up.
Remember
Too
the
jacked
first
up.
one.
Take a deep breath, Bruce. Brian Daboll, whenever he went over to Slayton. Oh, no.
Bruce, why are you mixing it
take
up?
a snap
You
first.
had
Someone give him
it
a
the
snap.
first
Bruce,
time.
you know when Daboll went over to Slayton and said, hey, chin up. We're going to need you. Why don't you relax? That's what you need right now.
Boom.
You just powered through 3 attempts. You didn't even think about it. When the first one you actually tried on, you almost put it in.
Yeah.
Let's do that again for
Come
the
on,
people.
Bruce. He's saying,
Let's
Bruce.
try to
Come
put
on,
it in.
Bruce.
Let's try to put it
Come
in,
on,
Bruce.
Come on.
Let's try to put it in, Bruce.
Bucket.
Boom. Oh! We still got some balls left.
Yeah, here we go.
We still got some opportunity.
Never seen a ball spin like that.
Focus. Try to make it. 15 winners
There it
potentially.
is. Oh, I thought that was in.
Had the right trajectory. Oh, the
Oh,
dude.
you need it.
You needed leather.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Giants fan, blue collar Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
If he can bury this Duke into that basketball hoop, 15 people win $500
Oh,
for
it's in
each.
the hole.
Oh, no.
He throws
Where's
a
the
good
whistle
ball,
tip?
too. This,
Whistle tip. Configure.
Calibrate.
this is a
It's
pressure
calibrated.
situation.
All right, Bruce. If you can put this dorsal fin football
It's easy to throw.
into any hole out there, 15 people
Chippo.
win $500. Who
on,
retweet
Bruce.
this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in there so we can pay them officially on Cash App. Blue collar Bruce for Brian Daboll.
Get in. Ah.
All right.
Basketball now, or
Can you shoot a hoop?
What about that little volleyball?
Go over the top.
Yeah,
you got
throw the volleyball.
Got to flip the hat around
Throw
backwards.
that in
Yeah.
the trash.
and then you should do a soccer throw-in shot with the basketball.
Do you want to make some putts?
The flip throw in,
I was
right?
going to take the
You're a lefty, Bruce.
No, he putts righty, though. Putts righty, though.
Okay.
What?
It's like Phil Mick.
Bad
Well, he's
idea.
forced to putt righty.
Phil is actually his
Phil.
favorite golfer, but he refuses to represent him.
All right, Bruce.
Jeez, get closer.
But stepping right in the hole. Your
Hold
left
on,
heel is
Bruce.
in the
Hold
hole.
on, Bruce. Jeez.
Slow down for a second, Bruce.
Don't power through this, Bruce. Golly,
Two
dude.
practice cuts.
There you go.
How many winners do we think if he makes one of these 5 putts right here?
50.
Like 3 inches away.
Jeez.
10.
Okay, to Nick's
Break,
point.
Yeah.
Breaks left.
No, you're
Deep
good.
breath, Bruce.
Right edge, Bruce. You make this. 15
Wow.
people will win $500. Right edge. It's all right.
How's
good
the ball
roll.
bounce like that off the club?
It's because he has such a good roll. Good strike.
Yeah.
It's a good roll.
Good forward lean.
Okay.
That's very good,
Come on, Bruce, you got this.
If
Just
Bruce-
like when we beat the hell out of Foxy and Pat yesterday on the golf set.
That didn't happen.
That never happened.
That didn't
Yeah, it
happen.
did.
Power through the break. It's okay. We'll get it. We got a couple more balls.
Come on, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
Bonus ball. A couple bonus balls.
There you go. Yeah. Called basketball.
There you go.
Take a deep breath, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's he doing over there?
We're up to
I mean, he's shaking like a
I
leaf.
can
You heard him.
smell the poop in his pants.
Yeah.
Right
Jeez Louise.
Like Bruce normally has a good arm, and
Just
I've never
relax.
seen him throw like that.
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
say you play catch with Bruce.
What
he
happened?
fucking spins it, and then he's
He is shaking like a leaf.
Crumbling.
Bruce,
Man,
not
a
your
lipper.
fault.
And
Bruce,
now it's a
Deep
4-foot
breath.
putt.
this is a tough
We're
situation.
so close.
There it is. Oh, Jesus.
I mean,
Oh,
Bruce.
Jesus.
Harness that energy.
Oh,
Bruce.
Jesus.
No one's ever putted that close.
go put a Zen in. Calm
Yeah.
your nerves.
Did EJ steal all your athletic ability yesterday?
He's nervous.
I mean,
about
this
the
is a
big
gimme on most courses.
game. Here you go. He keeps we're scooting up.
From in the leather.
He's getting
Get out of the
closer.
hole, Bruce. Oh no!
Oh my!
Oh, no. I haven't seen an episode of the Yips like this in years. Holy. The Giants have no. Pat, change your pick back to the Eagles. Don't take the Giants
know, I
after
can't.
that. You can't.
Back out
We
there.
might
Can't
never
walk
see
off.
Bruce again.
He cannot walk off on it.
Oh yeah,
We might never
absolutely
see
did.
him
I think
again.
he walked out of the door out there.
Yeah,
he's already
gone.
back
I can
here.
hear him puking in the bathroom.
I think he's going to take a nap in the
Where is he?
dumpster.
Bring him back, Bruce.
I'm so sorry, Bruce. I should not have done
Going back to the
back out
dark. Get back here.
Yeah, stay there.
Packages.
Strap an
bring-
anchor to that kid's leg.
I am so sorry.
Keep him in the cave.
That's 100% my fault.
Go take a bath,
I mean, he
Bruce.
damn near made the first one.
Yeah.
Hey, he's going to think about that all
What a different
weekend,
story
too.
that
All
would've been.
weekend.
We know Bruce.
All weekend.
He won't stop thinking about that until 2028, Foxy.
Get him back out there.
Oh, one last football.
Someone's
One
gonna
last
take
You
him
know
out
what?
for a nice
One more
steak.
baby Duke.
Come on,
what do we
Bruce.
say,
Bruce?
One more
Redemption.
football. Come on.
I really enjoyed watching him putt.
Man, you should have seen him. He was actually shaking.
But
I'm talking.
he was standing with his foot in the hole.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
get a little more comfortable,
Yeah, he
Bruce.
moves
What do you
Come
thi-
on, Bruce.
What do you think, Pat? Like bottom of the key to one of the holes in the net, or
Whoa. Bruce.
Just throw it as hard as you
Bruce,
can at that.
Take it. You're white as a ghost right now. Take a deep breath.
hey, come on, come on.
You're sweating so bad those iron-on numbers are going to fall off.
Nah, yo, that is.
You can see the sweat stains on the FDNY.
All right, Brucey. Here's the deal. You make one of these two footballs into any of these holes out here. Any hole, the garbage can, the football net, the passing net,
Yep, the hole above the camera straight
the
ahead.
basketball thing. If you can get into the upper lobby up
You
there.
want some motivation?
If you
Are you
hit
going to
the
read the
bear-
motivation, Pat, from Coach?
From Brian Daboll's eyes
Okay.
behind you all the way to Chuck Pagano's motivational speech here that he just texted in.
Here we go.
Tell Bruce his attitude and body language suck. He is better than this, is what Chuck just said to you.
Nice.
Dayball is over your
Look at
shoulder.
him. Look at him.
Chuck is saying you're better than this.
Come on, Bruce.
Have confidence.
Come on.
For 20 people
Whoa.
to win $500.
Come on, Bruce.
Who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so we can pay you officially on Cash App. All Bruce got to do is put a ball into a hole.
It's close.
What
Kinda
the
close.
fuck, dude?
Slang it. Tell him to let that thing go. He's babying it out.
Yeah.
Tell him
Just
to let
fire
it go.
it.
Don't aim it.
Fire
Aim
fucking
it.
pigskin.
Brucey Bronovich,
Close your eyes.
New York Giants super fan.
Yep.
A man who will have to decide who the 20 people are who win $500, who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put your cash tag in reply so we can pay you officially on Cash App. All he has to do is put this one football, has not picked up a ball yet today.
Nope.
Put this one football into any hole out here in the Thunderdome. 20 winners. $500. Feel Good Friday. Bruce Bronovich.
Oh, I thought that was it.
But, hey, hit a couple putts. Let him hit a couple putts. I think he's got it. Can we hit some putts?
You're sick. You're a sick fuck, dude.
Bruce, you want?
No.
I
want
what
Bruce
can
to
happen?
sleep tonight. Bruce, if he goes and drains a putt, he'll be able to sleep.
What about a
tonight. If not-
three-pointer?
Yeah,
Three-pointer. Yeah. Three-pointer.
Here we go.
Here we go. Three-pointer.
Put the hat on backwards.
Yeah.
Do a couple
High school
push-ups or something,
three-pointer?
Get some of that nervous energy out of you.
All right.
He's gonna rub one out. That would the only
Go
thing.
bop in the
AJ's saying maybe you need a little Nature's Tylenol before this, but he
There it
flipped
is.
the
There it is.
gas
Over the top.
Oh, here it is.
backward
For New York, Bruce.
for the
Step on the
Giants. If Bruce can make this NBA 3. Hey, good
Bonus
shot.
ball, bonus
Hey,
ball,
good shot.
bonus ball.
Here you go.
Bonus
Good shot.
ball.
If Bruce
Beautiful.
can make this NBA 3,
Beautiful shot.
15 people win $500 who retweet this video. Say something nice to somebody and put their cash.
Bang! Hold on, it might go in the hole. Come on.
No, it was. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Branovich, noted Giants and Croatia fan.
Yep.
Yeah, huge.
Croatia.
Big day ball guy. That's why he has the goatee on his face.
Loves the Yanks.
Has a massive matchup between his New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles coming up.
Yep.
Would love nothing more than to drain this shot, to have good vibes to go into the weekend, and also for 10 people to win $500.
Come on, Brucey.
Who retweet
Come on,
this video. Say something nice to somebody and put their cash tag in the reply so they could pay you officially on Cash App. Bruce Branovich. For 3.
Bonus ball, bonus ball, bonus ball.
Bonus ball.
Nothing
Gets
about
the
it, nothing about
rebound.
it.
And he travels.
Shoot it.
Stop
And he gets
shooting
back
it
to
like
his
a
spot.
fucking free throw.
And he shoots it. Come on, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce.
Are we bullying him? What are
Yes.
we doing?
At this
How
point,
about a layup? How about a layup?
No, Bruce. Hey, it's all right, Bruce.
How about a through the legs layup?
Oh, someone check on him, please.
AJ, that was your fault.
that was your fault.
I like Bruce.
One
I like
more
Bruce.
ball.
I know-
Don't take Bruce out behind the shed.
For Bruce!
It's coming.
Yeah.
that must be it.
For Bruce! Bonus ball. Jabba grabbed him your bonus ball.
Could you imagine Java busting with this?
It's shooting it in.
Oh, shit. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Got it.
In the hole.
All right, that's a show. I mean, that's Bruce. We're all missing today, Bob.
Yep.
See that, Bruce? Not just you,
Sorry,
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just you,
Bruce.
All right, Bruce. Good effort out here, Bruce.
That may be Bruce.
Thinking
Go
about
Giants.
that till he dies.
Go Giants.
Go Giants.
Can you imagine if they get blasted too?
Who
not
said
a great
one more
weekend.
ball? Who said one more ball?
Hawker.
No, had to be Con Man.
That guy right up there.
Because I want him to. What do you mean? I want him to finish on a positive note and not end with.
Well, now what? He finished on an air ball. You happy?
No, he didn't. If Bruce putts 3 more putts, he'll make 3.
All right, Bruce. Here we
Come
go,
on,
Bruce.
Bruce. Come on, Bruce. Here we go, Bruce. Come on, Bruce. Put that ball.
Bruce, maybe you're
Come on,
bad at
Bruce. In.
maybe you're bad at short putts.
Come on, Bruce.
Just don't step in the hole. Tell him to not.
Start spreading the news. He's putting today.
He wants to make an adjustment to miss it the same way 100 times, 100 times. Hey, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Lock in.
We put on some of that Croatian rap that he loves.
Expect to make it, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Maybe
Step off for a second.
Close the
Step off for a
stance a bit, maybe.
Just turn it around. Hit a confident putt. Just hit a confident putt.
second. Bruce. This is it. Okay.
This is
the
it.
one.
The money ball.
20 people.
There you go.
25 people.
There it is. 25?
25 people. $500.
Come on, Bruce.
If Bruce can make this first and only putt, 25 people will win $500 who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in there so we can pay you officially in Cash App. This is the one, Bruce.
Come on, Bruce.
The one.
All right. Okay.
Oh, man.
He's left-handed.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
All right, Bruce.
Layup.
Thank you, Bruce. No.
2 layups in a row.
Bruce, this will be something Bruce will bounce back from next week.
Oh, yeah. Not if
One free throw.
if Saturday night goes wrong.
Free throw.
He'll never forgive himself.
All right, Bruce. Appreciate you.
I mean, can you imagine the anxiety he's going to have thinking about doing this again next week?
He's not going to be able to
Hey.
sleep till
Oh, we're sorry.
All right.
next
Sorry,
Thursday.
Bruce.
We're sorry you.
Sorry, Bruce.
Sorry, Bruce.
All right, Bruce. 30 people, $500.
Here we go, Bruce.
Bruce, 30 people, $500. Yeah, you're right. That's more work for him. He's like, why are you punishing me?
Yeah.
All right, next week, Bruce. You'll bounce back.
Be all right, Bruce.
Hey, listen, Bruce. Overreaction Monday.
Giants.
You're back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to work this weekend.
Here we go.
White as a ghost. He does not look good.
So you one more football, 3 more putts. You remember all this? This is your fault.
I'm trying to give him opportunities to win.
Take some fucking ownership for what you've done.
This is the problem with society now. Remember, when you point one finger, there's fucking 3 pointing back.
That's right.
That's why you got to do this if you really mean it. Right now, you're doing a lot of this, pal.
I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm trying to pump Bruce up and let him have a decent weekend because I know this may affect him mentally a bit.
You're not.
Nah, he's good. Hey, Bruce, remember, start
Spreading the news.
He can't hear.
I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New Jersey.
All right, we're back. That baby, Bruce. Good effort.
Nice job, Bruce.
That baby, Bruce.
Get Bruce a Bud Light.
Wide.
Hope you all enjoy some Bud Lights this weekend. Let's win our bets.
Wide.
And we'll see you for Overreaction Monday. Goodbye.